Ya, ahora sí. Quiero escuchar el audio primero. Se me minimizó todo, maldición. Ah, a ver, ¿qué escucharme? Ya, ya sí, estoy bien. Está bien el audio. Ya, ahora sí. ¿Qué tal, gente? Soy Lobito. Bienvenidos a un stream después de tiempo. Y es porque, pues, hoy día ya salió, bueno, desde ayer, pero bueno, el mantenimiento por la hora no he podido y por el trabajo y todas esas cosas no he podido transmitir ayer. El mantenimiento me agarró a las... Ponte, me agarró a las 6 de la tarde. Y ya, pues eran 5 horas. ¿Qué voy a transmitir a las 11 de la noche? Por eso ya lo pasé hoy día. Eh... Así que nada, se preguntarán por qué estoy aquí en el menú, por qué todavía no he iniciado el juego, es porque honestamente no me acuerdo desde la última vez que entré, que fue anteayer o ayer, no me acuerdo, porque siempre antes de una región a veces me dejo un día de jugar. No me acuerdo en dónde me quedé y vaya a ser que inicie el juego y justo inicia la secuencia, de repente me he quedado en un sitio donde inicia la secuencia de la nueva historia, entonces por eso quería agarrarlo desde el comienzo, porque no me acuerdo en dónde me quedé. Pero ahora sí, vamos. Y hay que prepararse para el lag, porque siempre que hay una nueva región al comienzo hay un poco de lag. Y ahora que han metido una nueva función para la iluminación global, no sé cómo me irá el juego, ahora vamos a ver. Lo bueno es que ya tengo una RTX, ahora sí puedo correr todo bien, pero vamos a ver si estará activado o no, vamos a ver si hay alguna diferencia, aunque conociéndome ni siquiera me voy a dar cuenta de esa diferencia. La verdad que estoy, no sé, como que Fontaine me ha emocionado jugar Fontaine por fin, o sea, llegar a Fontaine, pero ¿cómo decirlo así? Como que no estoy tan hypeado. O sea, creo que tuve bastante hype cuando salió cuando iba a salir Inazuma. Pero ahora ya no siento tanto hype como... Ni siquiera con Sumeru como que bajó un poco. Que yo lo transmití en vivo, incluso Sumeru, me acuerdo. Todas las misiones de Arconte de Sumeru las transmití en vivo. Más que nada porque sabía que eran misiones largas y editar un video de 5 horas también es pesado. Es por eso que esto prefiero hacerlo en vivo para que ya quede y cualquier persona ya después pueda entrar a verlo. Igual, lo mismo va a ser acá. Pero como que con Fontaine no había mucho hype. Es que me parece que se han aguantado mucho hasta el final los de Hoyoverse para hacer los trailers y todo. Que o sea, la emoción no ha sido la misma. Es mi opinión, ¿no? No ha sido la misma. Ya. A ver, ¿dónde me he quedado? Me quedé en Sumeru. Lo que ha tardado en cargar. A ver, ¿hay lag? Sí, hay un poquito de lag. No sé cuánto de uso estará teniendo ahorita mi gráfica. Me da miedo abrir el administrador de tareas ahorita. ¿Dónde estará? ¿Hacia dónde está Sumeru? El Sumeru que hablo, Fontaine. Empieza por acá. Claro. What the fuck. Ya, acá hay que desbloquear este teletransportador. Este ya está desbloqueado, este lo voy a desbloquear después ya. Acá es Fontaine, todo esto es Fontaine. Parece pequeño, pero estoy seguro que va a tener expansiones, así que... y ahí está el dominio de los nuevos artefactos también. Vamos leyendo los artefactos, a ver, para empezar. El primero, cazador fantasmal, conjunto, 2 piezas, daño de ataque normal y cargado más 15. Cuando el personaje, cuando la vida del personaje aumenta o disminuye, o sea, si recibe daño o si se cura, va a aumentar la probabilidad crítica en 12%, se puede acumular 3 veces, dura 5 cada acumulación, ok. Y este es el set que le va a servir a Fisher porque dice que es uno de daño elemental, 20% es bastante. Dice, aumenta con 25% el daño infligido, o sea, más todavía con el set de 4 piezas. Y cuando el personaje no está en combate, aumenta 25% más todavía. O sea, este set está hecho para Fischl. Y para algunos otros personajes que ya se irá descubriendo. A ver, sobre todo personajes que usan habilidad elemental y de ahí ya no hacen nada más. O sea, personajes que toda su fuerza está en habilidad elemental, pues ahí están. Ya, vamos a... Como he visto que mi resina está en 160, como no he entrado a jugar ayer. No, entré pero no hice nada, creo, porque estaba... Voy a craftear 2 mientras, porque creo que ya he crafteado 4 resinas. Condensadas. Y ya, vámonos ahora. Y antes que nada, voy a ir yéndome acá al teletransportador. Ya de ahí hago mis misiones diarias. Es que mis misiones diarias ya quiero hacerlas en Fontaine, pero... a ver, es que... ¿Qué misión? Hay una misión que hay que hacer... acá está, el prólogo. Hay un momento de rumbo a la nación del agua. Redirígete al Carabazar Ribat. ¿Cuál era el calabaza arriba? Ah, acá. Ya. Vamos a ir activando la misión. Vamos a ir teletransportándonos primero aquí. Porque quiero ver si se puede ver desde lejos. Aunque no creo, está muy abajo, Fontaine está muy arriba. Ahora, lo que no entiendo es por qué tenemos que ir al calabaza arriba si está recontra lejos. Está más lejos todavía que el teletransportador nuevo que está ahí. No tiene sentido, pero bueno. Ya, el calabaza arriba está acá, entonces tenemos que ir primero ahí. Desde acá no se va a poder... Se ve... Acá está. Se ven las montañas nuevas en forma de picos. Pero desde acá no puedo dar una impresión. Ah, verdad, antes que nada quiero cambiar mi equipo para algo canónico. Algo usar un poco más adecuado a la historia. Ah, verdad, que ahora la animación acá es diferente. A ver. Ya, vamos a ir uno por uno. Voy a quitar los personajes, ¿eh? Ya, primero obviamente, como esta es una misión de Halconte, voy a llevarme a mi viajera, o sea, el personaje principal. Sabemos que Tartaglia está. Ya. Ah, ya, y si no me equivoco, también nos han regalado un personaje. ¿No? ¿O no? También nos han regalado a Lynette. Ajá. Acá hay... Esto lo haré después ya. Ya, eso ahorita no importa. Ya está Lynette. Ya, lo que me gusta es que eso se añade automáticamente al equipo. Eso me encanta. Me gusta eso. Me gusta esta pantalla. Ahora, ¿esto se puede cambiar? ¿El fondo se puede cambiar? Ah, no, es porque estoy en Sumeru. A ver cómo se ve todo esto. Tarda un poquito más en cargar, ¿eh? Todos los personajes tienen su animación ahora de aquí del menú. Me encanta. ¿Cuánto tiempo les habrá tomado hacer esto? Todo esto cuesta. Ya vamos con un equipo canónico. La viajera, Tartaglia y... Bueno, Tartaglia nos lo vamos a encontrar, según lo que tengo entendido. Y, bueno, la Lynette se nos va a unir, así que está... De momento voy a quedarme así con este equipo, mientras no sé si pueda sobrevivir con este equipo, pero vamos a ver. Y ahora sí, nos vamos al calabaza arriba. Creo que voy a ir volando nomás. Y ahora sí, vamos a iniciar, ahora sí, ya. Ya mucho tiempo he estado ahí haciendo hora y ahora sí, vamos. No voy a perder más tiempo. Esta historia puede durar hasta 5 horas, por eso no quiero perder mucho tiempo. Ah, debería haber una opción para avanzar automáticamente. Para que la W se mantenga sola automáticamente. A ver, quiero ver un ratito, denme 2 segundos. ¿Por qué YouTube abre los shorts de frente en mi teléfono? Odio eso. Voy a irme a mi canal. Quiero saber si el frame rate está bien del stream. Por lo que veo, sí. Ajá, sí está bien, sí va a 60, sí va a 60. Eso era lo que me preocupaba. La primera vez que vinimos aquí, si no me equivoco, recién nos dirigíamos al desierto para buscar no me acuerdo quién. Yo creo que la primera vez solo vinimos a dar una vuelta. Qué buena memoria, Paimon. Esto es algo que yo siempre he notado y me molesta. Es que siempre da la impresión de que la voz de Paimon está sobresaturada. Siempre nos tendrá a nosotros. Este mundo la calma dura poco. Ya nos hablaste, Paimon, con lo que acabas de decir. Oye, no... Sí, a Fontaine.
Look who it is. Running into you in a place like this. I
Okay.
can see you two still love wandering around.
No me esperaba verte aquí, de ella.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business. But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission.
¿Cómo? Espera, el subtítulo está mal traducido. Le he dicho de dónde eres, ¿qué? No es
Just
así.
escorting a shipment of goods.
Es de Sumeru,
I'm on my way to
del
report
desierto.
back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there.
Eso es lo que me molesta, los subtítulos a veces están mal
What were you two
traducidos.
talking about anyway?
No me daba cuenta antes porque tenía el juego en japonés. Ahora que ya lo tengo en inglés, ya me doy cuenta de todos los errores que tienen los subtítulos.
Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for too long in one place. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two?
No, gracias.
But no need. Oh.
No, no necesito mercenarios.
Miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways.
Oigan,
Knowing you two, I'm sure
esperen
it
un
won't be
segundo.
anything you can't handle.
Todo este tiempo estuve fuera de pantalla, recién me doy cuenta.
So, when are you leaving?
No puede ser. Estuve fuera de pantalla todo este rato. ¿O no? Esperen, ¿qué? ¿Ah? ¿Dónde está mi...? Ahora sí, pues no está... Ay, no.
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered
¿Cuánto tiempo
there are
llevo
certain
haciendo esto? Y
dishes
miren
in
el
Sonora
error,
that Paimon
el
hasn't
error
tried
garrafal que
yet.
acabo de cometer.
Now, where's that list Paimon
Okay.
made?
Ahora sí, ya estoy en pantalla. Ay, no.
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going away party or anything.
Los que hayan notado algo
It's
raro
sad enough
definitivamente
to
se han
see
dado
you go
cuenta
like this.
de que faltaba yo ahí. A ver, ajustando un poquito el volumen
Though,
por si
now that
acaso.
I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always
¿Cómo no me
prefer
di
leaving
cuenta?
quietly.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida?
Ah, es que la captura del juego se puso encima de todo. Porque esto es por capas. Y se supone que es Nahida, no creo que... Ella puede aparecer en nuestros sueños, ¿verdad?
Good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the real world.
Todo esto es por capas.
Then,
Normalmente
I
la
guess
capa
this
de
is
mi
goodbye for
avatar
now,
está ahí
traveler
encima de todo.
timeline.
Y se había puesto
Whether as
la
a
captura
client
del
or a
juego
friend,
encima de todo.
You're always welcome to come find me.
Qué irónico que sea de ella la que nos despida de Sumeru, cuando ella ha sido el personaje, digamos, más... No quiero decir infravalorado, pero ha sido el personaje más débil de todo Sumeru y ella es justamente, precisamente la que nos despide de esta región. Hasta la próxima de ella.
Goodbye, dear. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
Ya se supone que ella se regresa a Sumeru nomás. Pero ¿por qué hemos venido aquí? No entiendo. Al Carabazat que está hasta el otro lado de donde deberíamos ir. Ah, y nos teletransporta automáticamente, ok. A ver, quiero entender que es porque hemos estado... Porque la última misión grande ha sido en el desierto. Y como ha sido la última región, así... La última parte desbloqueada... No región, sino el último sector del mapa desbloqueado. Quiero asumir que hemos estado ahí en el desierto con los eremitas y todo eso, ¿no? Quiero asumir eso, entonces... Ah, no, espera, tiene razón. Tenemos que entrar al desierto para cruzar todo. Pasamos Hadramabet, pasamos donde está Sorush, toda esa parte para llegar aquí. Ah, y ahora sí tiene sentido. Yo qué tonto soy. Miren, qué bonito. La canción, la música francesa. La baguette. ¿Alguien quiere un baguette? Oh, miren un mirador. Les comento que Fontaine, que es esta nueva región, que es gigantesca ahora que la veo, no parecía tan extensa, pero ahora que la veo es gigantesca. Ya, esta región es una mezcla está inspirada entre Francia y Londres, o sea, digamos Reino Unido, o sea, es una mezcla de esos países así, Francia y Reino Unido, con un poco de, si no me equivoco, también tiene un poco de Italia, pero o sea, la influencia más grande es de Francia con Londres, por así decirlo. Francia con Reino Unido en general, ¿no? Con todos los países británicos en general. Y si se pregunta por qué estoy con este equipo es porque quiero ir de forma canónica. Quiero ver cómo funciona la lynette. No sé si será tan rápida como Yelan. Parece que sí lo es, pero no lo creo. Tengo un equipo canon, así que me van a destrozar los enemigos porque... A menos que los núcleos dentro exploten rápido, Ah, verdad, debería ponerle algo a Lynette, ¿no? Es que no tengo artefactos, no he farmeado nada, de verdad. No esperaba que le iban a regalar, por eso no me preparé para farmear para ella. Si hubiera sabido que le iban a regalar... Porque sí sabía que la podías invitar, pero pensé que había que completar algunas cosas. Pensé que había que completar algún evento o algo para desbloquearla. Pero no, el personaje que se desbloquea mediante evento es Bennett. Y a Lynette la dan gratis, entonces por eso no me lo esperaba, de verdad, que la regalaran. No me esperaba que dieran a Lynette. Creo que voy a añadir un personaje más. Es que no sé quién nos puede acompañar. Supongo que no hay problema. Hay un... Ok, un hidróculus, pero eso lo voy a recoger después. Después me voy a dedicar a buscar todos los hidróculus. Creo que no hay problema si añado a mi main, que es Yelan. Para completar el equipo también. Ah, ok. Antes las escenas así tenías que estar bien cerca para que iniciaran. Ahora... Ah, chichi. Oh, está bonito ese reloj. Me pregunto si marcará la hora del reloj del... O sea, dentro de la hora del juego, que es... El día dura 2 minutos, creo, no me acuerdo. No. ¿El día cuánto dura? 24 minutos, perdón, porque 2 minutos. El día acá dura 24 minutos. Es sorprendente y muy distinto como lo imaginaba. Mira, no me quiero volver a meter en problemas en otra nación extranjera, de verdad, porque... La última vez que nos metimos en problemas casi nos matan. Casi nos dejan encrostados en una estatua. Y además que tengo que buscar a mi hermano. Es una mocosa malcriada la arconte hidro.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him.
Etienne.
Yeah, I didn't
Rena.
expect that kind of ending for him.
Oh,
I thought he would
Rena,
at least
oficial
fight on a
pour toi
little longer
rien.
for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Se dicen que toda esta historia, porque me he estado spoileando un poco, pero no tanto como para, o sea, como para saber cómo va a terminar.
Can I help you too?
Que todo es una alegoría,
No,
digamos,
standing
al
here
teatro, o sea, algo así tengo entendido que es todo este arco de Fontaine.
We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we...
Ay, por cierto,
Play?
yo tengo
no.
un dato muy
We're talking
interesante de
about
por qué la
something that
viajera
really
casi nunca habla.
In fact, it's a case that
Y
was
por qué
just
siempre
heard
es
a few
Paimon
days
la que
ago.
habla en lugar de la viajera.
Like,
O de nuestro personaje canónico, ¿no? Nuestro personaje.
the way you were talking about it in the word...
Well, good tales
Hay
are often
una
based on
razón
true
que es
stories,
canónica
aren't
que
they?
muchos ignoran,
In
¿no?
what you see in reality
Porque la
may
gente
also
no
be
le
someone
gusta leer,
deliberately
eso es lo que
putting on
pasa.
an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not,
Creo que voy a hacer un
simply
video
isn't that
sobre eso.
important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called
Ajá,
the Opera
aquí hay
Epiclese,
un dato que
or
no
more
debemos
commonly
olvidar,
known
que el
as
tribunal
just
de
the
Fontaine se
Opera
llama
House.
Ópera de la Epíclesis.
But
Exacto. Dices como si lo de los juicios fueran una obra. Exacto. Esa es la implicación de toda esta historia.
not to question Fontaine's way of doing things, it's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious
Claro.
thing.
Pero aquí no ocurre eso.
No
Aquí todo es
worries.
una alegoría,
Other
como digo, todo es una
visitors to
metáfora.
Fontaine have wondered the same thing.
Eso es
You
lo que yo
could say that we just don't
he
wanna
sacado
waste the
antes de
moving
la
stories
historia, ¿no?
behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the oratrice
Neuvillette
Mécanique
supuestamente es una
d'Annalise
creación del
a
arconte
machine
hidro,
created by the
pero
Archon.
espero estar
Between the
equivocado porque
machine and
sería
the Chief
algo ya
Justice,
repetido, porque ya
false charges
sabemos
and
que
injustice are a thing of the past
no sería la
now.
primera vez que vemos la creación de un arconte, ¿no? Con que sí es la nación de la justicia, una máquina de juzgar que hará por el arconte, una inteligencia artificial
Is
literalmente.
it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should wait. Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Furina practically lives there.
Acá está,
You
ese es su
could definitely say
nombre,
it's her biggest
digamos el nombre que
passion.
tiene para la gente, ¿no? El nombre de Furina.
Ajá.
Pero su nombre de
I think
arconte
what
es
they mean is that
Focalors.
they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In
Ya,
that
para los que no
case,
saben
I'm
qué
afraid
significa la
it's going
palabra
to be a
arconte, el
tad
arconte
more
es como decir el
difficult.
dios de un
You'll have
elemento.
to
En
make
este
an
caso ella es
appointment
la
well in
diosa del
advance,
elemento agua,
and it'll
hidro,
depend on
agua.
whether or not she has any time slots available.
Pedir cita.
Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff?
Y también cumple como, por decirlo así, como si fuese el presidente de la región, por
Lady
así.
Furina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
De ahí tengo que ver qué más funciones han agregado. Es que yo no he visto nada. Yo solamente he visto el tráiler, nada más, de este nuevo arco. Pero no he visto no he visto qué funciones hayan añadido, qué cosas nuevas hay.
Yeah, I suppose you could say
Porque
that.
la verdad, no quería,
But you could
realmente
even
quería
say
entrar
our
así
mascot.
fresco. O sea, no quería...
Hang on.
Quería
This
entrar
is still
así,
Fontaine's
sorprenderme yo
Archon you're
mismo, ¿no?
talking about. You should show some
Y por eso
more
que no me ha
respect.
gustado que hayan dejado todos los trailers, todo hasta el
Yes,
final
you're
recién.
right.
Una semana
I
antes de que
guess I should at
salga,
least
recién
try
lo han
to be a
anunciado
little more
todo.
respectful in
Cuando en
front of
años pasados
visitors.
siempre ya anunciaban hasta con un mes de
Otherwise, I might get
anticipación.
arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested
¿Saben
for
qué?
saying
Hablando de
something
leyes, creo que
disrespectful
podría
about
llevarme a
the Hydro
Yanfei también.
Archon.
Yanfei es abogada. Parece que a la gente de Fontaine le cae muy bien su diosa, pero parece que la gente de Fontaine no venera mucho su diosa, aunque la aprecien.
I think we get it. Thank you. At least we now know that we can find the Hydro
Sans,
Archon
el
at the
humano.
Opera House.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Hola, mano, ya estoy muy adelantado. No me spoilees, por favor.
Who knows how long making an appointment will take?
Espero que les gusten los datos que yo siempre suelo dar así.
What are you looking over there for?
Alguien que está más metido en el lore que en el meta. Esa chica de ahí lleva un buen rato. ¿Quién?
Maybe something
Pero
minor.
ya sabía ya.
She isn't going to jump into the water, is she?
Ay.
Maybe we better go check on her.
Pero ¿por qué te preocupas que salte al agua si está ahí nomás? O sea, es una altura de ¿cuántos centímetros? Ya, ahora ahí empieza el capítulo. Miren, hay 2 lynettes. Ok, no. Ah, ya, voy a añadir un personaje más para cerrar ya el equipo. Creo que puedo ir con mi main. Estamos en la nación Hidro, o sea.
Let's go get ourselves some answers.
Vamos a poner a la viajera aquí. Quería ir canónico, pero es que realmente, como de los personajes que he visto en el tráiler, pues todos son casi... No, literalmente todos son de Fontaine. Entonces la única de momento que tengo de Fontaine es Lynette. Y Tartaglia va a estar, ¿no? Lo vamos a ver, entonces por eso también lo estoy incluyendo. La viajera, obviamente, porque la viajera es la protagonista. Y no sabía quién más poner, así que... Juega solo viajero Lynette. Ojo, ya vamos a hacer ese challenge, ¿ya? De jugar con los personajes conforme van apareciendo, ¿ver? Ya, ahí está. Si aparece Tartaglia, añado a Tartaglia. Cuando aparezca Tartaglia, lo añado al equipo, ahí está. Ojo, es que no... El problema es que tengo un personaje dentro y uno Nemo. Y mi Lynette está en nivel 1.
Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine.
Oh, okay then.
Esa es una buena idea para cuando salga Natlan también, ¿eh?
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself.
A ver, no tengo más remedio. Decir, yo solo utilicé la Lynette de viajero, qué masoquista. Ah, pero seguro, definitivamente has tenido que viajar a la viajera o viajero o viajeres en hidro, ¿no? Para hacer torbellinos, ¿no? Yo sí la voy a dejar en dentro. No me gusta cómo las habilidades del hidro.
You're pointing at the sea.
Saludos a todos. ¿Qué tal, Paquito Pérez? ¿Cómo estás?
Are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
¿Eres una sirena? No. Ok, aquí sí tengo que cuestionar ese diálogo porque obviamente no sé si vean las orejas acá. No sé si están ciegos o qué cosa. Tranquilo, dentro de poco usarás hidro. No quiero usar a la... Mire, mi elemento favorito ahorita se ha vuelto hidro. O sea, 2 de mis personajes favoritos son hidro. Antes era full crío, ahora soy full hidro. Pero siendo un main hidro, por así decirlo entre comillas, ¿no? O sea, que no me ha gustado cómo son las habilidades de la viajera hidro. Al final del stream, antes de acabar, voy a pulear en el banner de Yelan para ver si saco otra constelación. Lo próximo seremos nosotros. Sí, he visto que en el tráiler literalmente desaparece ella,
Doesn't
pero...
really get what you mean.
I don't believe
Ahí
we
está
had the
Lyney.
pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Esa voz, ¿no es la de... ¿No es la voz de Tignari? No, no.
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about
¿Es
our
obligatorio usar
childhood,
hidro?
that's all.
Bueno, ya, pues,
There's
si es
no
lo que
need for
hay,
any
si es lo que
concern.
toca. De ahí regreso Sumeru.
Allow me to introduce myself.
De ahí regreso
I'm
Sumeru.
Lee, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
¿Está bien mi volumen de mi micrófono o está muy alto? Eso me gustaría saber.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the traveler. We just
O si el
arrived in
volumen del juego
Fontaine.
está muy bajo también. Hágamelo saber, porfa. Paimon es Paimon, porque...
We were just talking with your sister.
Ah, ya, justo yo antes de que...
Even though we didn't
De
really
que
get what she was
entraran,
saying.
yo estaba hablando de que hay una razón canónica en la cual, por la cual
It's unusual
siempre es
for
Paimon
Lynette
la
to
que
be
habla
so
por
willing to
nosotros.
talk with anyone.
Pero no lo voy a decir
In
ahorita.
fact,
Lo
she
voy a, creo
seldom
que voy a
speaks
hacer
at
un
all.
video sobre eso porque
I'm
me parece
usually the
un
only
tema
one she ever
interesante.
talks to.
En serio, está bien. Ya, gracias, mano. En general es muy callada y soy yo el que habla.
Really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking.
Ahí está. Justo, miren, hablando de esto. Es que estando contigo no me hace falta. Es porque siempre me robas las palabras. Es que estando contigo.
So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Me gusta su voz. Me encanta su voz, ¿eh?
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So,
Qué bonito
what
se
did
ve
Lynette mean
el
just
atardecer.
now when she said that the water is engulfing
No me he
your
fijado si
nose?
la opción de
And there won't be
iluminación
harm
global ya
before it
estará
engulfs
activada
you
por
too.
defecto o no. Porque yo tengo los ajustes personalizados. O sea, lo tengo todo en alto,
that.
pero lo único que he desactivado
It's
es
from a prophecy
la
that's been
difuminación de
circulating
movimiento,
in
así que está en
Fontaine for
personalizado.
some
Automáticamente,
time now.
basta que muevas una cosa se pone en personalizado.
Well, I suppose
No sé si
prophecy
al
isn't
tenerlo en
exactly the right
personalizado
word, because that implies a
se
certain
habrá
amount of
activado la
uncertainty.
iluminación global, no me he fijado.
There's no doubt about what's
Antes eso
happening
era
in
una opción de
Fontaine now.
PlayStation 5 nada más, ahora la han añadido para todos. Me pregunto si el PlayStation 4 podrá tener esa
Where
misma...
to begin?
Es una historia muy larga.
Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each
Te
other
diré
yet,
algo, no
have we?
spoilers, prepárate por el montón de texto y muy grande que es el lugar, ok.
Did all the introductions
¿Más texto que
really in one
Sumeru?
count?
Para mí Sumeru fue bastante texto,
Hello,
pero para mí
traveler.
es interesante. O sea, a mí sí me gusta leer estas cosas. Bueno, al menos más interesante que leer cualquier otra cosa. Hola, Lyney. Esto debería ser un solo diálogo.
And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are
No voy a
you?
opinar nada sobre lo que acabo de... Lo que mi suciamente
Please
acaba de
don't take
pensar
offense.
ahorita. No voy a
Just
decir nada.
consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends.
Solo diré que esa mano
You
alcanzó
should
algo...
remember it.
o sea, alcanzó
It might
ahí
prove
algo que
useful.
no debería haber sido.
Oh, all right then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now.
No, el internet me ha corrompido ya.
By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the opera house to meet the high
Me da risa que estos dos de detrás siguen
Yeah,
hablando
show
ahí.
us the way.
Y esta mini... No sé qué cosa será que está dando vueltas y vueltas.
So you're going to see Lady Furina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the opera house later myself.
No sé, la voy a
I'll
ver.
gladly take you once I
Es más
finish
extenso y
things
más turbio. Fontaine, los que ya saben, estoy en el escenario tribunal.
here. Please, follow
Sí he
me.
visto, como es que he estado en la mañana ahí en el curro del trabajo. Estaba viendo en Reddit algunas cosas, pero tratando de no spoilearme. Y sí sé que es más, que va a ser más, que toda esta parte es más oscura, que la historia es más turbia. A ver, quiero sorprenderme, por favor, que haya alguna escena gore por último, ¿no? No creo, pero... No, imposible que haya gore, me acuerdo. Pero sí, posiblemente vayamos a ver alguna un giro de tuerca turbio o algo así, ¿no?
You said you were going to see Lady Furina? Well, it seems Lady Furina has come to see you.
Ya sabía que ella ya estaba enterada que estábamos acá. Es que los arcontes en cierta parte como que sienten la... Ah, es clorinde. Clorinde era, ¿no? ¿Clorinde o clorinda? No me acuerdo. Este botón, ese botón de su camisa está luchando por su vida, ¿eh? ¿Sabes cómo hacer las cosas diarias? Las misiones diarias? No. Cuando sale una región nueva, tiene que pasar una semana. A partir ya de la siguiente semana, ya se habilita para poder cambiar hacia
So, she's
las misiones
the
de esa nueva nación.
How did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, the
rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all. Raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
Con ustedes, muchachos, la diosa Hidro, la arconte Hidro, furina.
As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion, who have journeyed here from distant
Bueno, eso de las
lands.
misiones así fue en Sumeru, me acuerdo. En Inazuma no me acuerdo tampoco cómo fue. La odia, dice. A ver, vamos a ver. Sí, sí sé que es una... Sí sé que han hecho todo un meme de la mocosa malcriada. Vamos a ver. No veo a nadie con una copa en la mano. Estamos en Francia. Deberían tener su vino en la mano. Yo lo que quisiera es... Miren, estamos recién en Fontaine, pero yo ya quisiera saber cómo va a ser Natlan. Latinoamérica. Ojalá sea bueno o muy bueno el aniversario. Uy, ¿verdad? El Google Classroom va a sufrir otra vez. Sus ojos, ¿verdad? Son diferentes, ¿no? Son unos, como que está invertido el ojo derecho. Bueno, izquierdo para ella. Me gusta su voz. Me gusta la actriz de voz, ha hecho un buen trabajo, ¿no?
Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner.
Ay, si se preguntan cómo es que puedo hablar y leer al mismo tiempo, tengo esa habilidad para leer mientras hablo. Tiene monocromia. Es una, claro, es como una heterocrimia, pero como que a la vez no, o sea... No, ¿qué hablo? Qué fácil ha sido conocer al Arconte. Me da un poco de miedo lo que está pasando ahorita. Oh, venerable Arconte.
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the
Ya casi,
mediocre
no.
and the excellent.
A mí me gustaría que la C4 de Focalors equivalga a una C6, ya es hora, ¿no? No he visto, la verdad, nada. No, pues si todavía no ha salido, pues, ¿verdad? Pero ya está, ya salió la beta de dónde. ¿Qué? O sea, ya va a salir en la 4.1. Ah, no va a tener tiempo de juntar protogemas, ¿eh? Si ya está en la beta, entonces quiere decir que ya va a salir en la 4.1. O se ha filtrado todo. No, creo que se había filtrado todo, ¿verdad? ¿No? Se había filtrado todo. Wow, qué personalidad tan rimbombante. Esa palabra. Y no deja de recalcar que es una diosa.
What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough.
No. No, estoy como el Punisher ahorita. No. Wait.
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Furina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady
Ahorita va a salir
Furina?
Navia, seguro. Según sale en la 4.2, pero no hay nada fiable. Claro, por eso no tendría. Yo sí sé que se filtró todo, pero a mí no me gusta ver filtraciones. Las veo las filtraciones una vez que sale ya la versión .0, o sea, así fue igualito con Sumeru. Recién ahí me pongo a ver leaks. Pero antes me gusta siempre entrar fresco, o sea, sin saber nada. Solamente viendo el trailer. El Arconte Furina nunca decepciona.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus.
¿Es cierto que irás con todo por Lynette y lyney en la 4.0 sin reservas ni prejuicios? Ya tengo a Lynette, perdón, que me la acaban de regalar. No sabía que le iban a regalar, me había olvidado ese detalle. O no sé, me confundí con Bennett, pensé que a Bennett iban a regalar y no me acuerdo, o sea, no sabía que iban también a regalar a Bennett. Quiere pelear, ¿verdad? Bueno. Inténtalo. A ver, vamos, dale. Parado sin polo nomás. Ah, no, espérate. No puedo quitar el polo. Ahora todos me van a mirar mal.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Pero si no he hecho nada, o sea...
I admire her bravery. Few have the courage
Es que no he hecho nada, ¿por qué ahora por qué soy el malo? Toda la vida es lo mismo. Apenas pongo un pie en un país nuevo ya estoy en la lista de los más buscados.
Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
Ay. Ah, no. Ya caigo en el juego, ya. Todo esto es algo teátrico, por así decirlo. Todo esto es algo...
A duel in court.
All right. Now that'll be worth seeing.
No, sangre, eso. Traigan la guillotina.
Right. This is Fontaine, after all.
El que pierde cae en la
Such a
guillotina.
grand opera house. It would be a pity not to use it.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Sí, esto. Vaya bienvenida la de Fontaine.
Oh, we have reason to
¿Qué
put
cosa
you on
hice?
trial.
¿Qué cosa he hecho?
Obvious, isn't it?
¿Por qué?
According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3
Ay, no me
days
fri...
of each
Qué
month.
hija de su
You are
madre.
clearly guilty.
Te entiendo,
That's
Sans.
what
Te
they've
entiendo,
done
Sans, el
wrong.
humano. Ahora sí, ahora sí,
That's our Lady
ya.
Furina.
Ah,
No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that?
Viste que el juez se reventó tan entre puta madre. Se están spoileando en mi chat.
You mean Paimon?
Precisely. Now,
Ah, pero si es Paimon la puedo dejar, pues, ¿no? O sea, si es Paimon la que...
in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your
Pero ¿por qué yo? Yo no estoy volando.
My apologies, Lady
Trigo
Furina.
Paimon.
I don't mean to spoil the fun, but if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Lyney. Finally, someone who's not crazy. How does anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Objeto volador.
Ah, great magician Lyney,
Ay, no.
my beloved citizen. I'll permit you
Todo
to
esto es una
object,
comedia ya a estas alturas,
but
¿eh?
how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a
Bueno, en primer
magician
lugar,
who
no
just
considero a
rained on
Paimon un
your parade,
objeto.
I
Es comida de
naturally
emergencia en
should
primer
shoulder
lugar
the
ya.
responsibility of
Y segundo
saving
puede
the
hablar, así
show.
que es un ser viviente.
So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
¿Ahora me ves? Ahora no me ves. ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¿Qué estoy haciendo? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? Su correa.
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
Entonces lo de antes. ¡Ah! Ahora todo tiene sentido. Igual, esto no está bien. Hacer eso no está bien.
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
De comida de emergencia a globo, ya eso. Más, no podríamos denigrar más a Paimon, ya. No se puede denigrar más a Paimon, ¿no?
I'm not sure what to
¡Hala, qué
think.
feo!
It seems
Pobre
Lady
Paimon, toda la vida
Furina's
siempre le hacen
charges no
daño.
longer hold water.
Daño emocional. Globo, un globo, hermano. Es lo más bajo que he escuchado que le han llamado a Paimon. Es lo más bajo. Qué buena risa.
Amusing. Very amusing, Lyney. Just
Ah,
the
se
sort of
pronuncia Lyney.
unexpected
Lyney.
twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
Ya
In
sabía,
which
¿eh?
case, consider the matter
En
of
vista de
your
la prueba, este juicio
trial
puede dar por
resolved.
terminado. O sea,
The
nos
God
acaba de
of
juzgar
justice
mediante
will not bring
un
charges
teatrito
against
ahorita.
an
Se ha hecho su
innocent
teatro y
person.
nos ha juzgado.
But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands.
Ah, también puedes juzgar a otros dioses, a otros arcontes. Ok, eso me encanta.
I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Lyney and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now.
Ya vamos a spoilear todo en Atlan. Ella va a matar a Himeko. Ya está, listo. Porque Himeko siempre tiene que morir en todos los juegos del universo de Hoyoverse. ¿Qué? No me digas que eso es todo.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever
Yo siento que
seen.
cada vez que queremos preguntarle a los arcontes sobre nuestros hermanos es una pérdida de tiempo. La única que sí nos ha dado una pista real
That whole
ha
scene
sido
just now was
Naida.
really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in
Che,
case.
ni
I didn't
Yanfei
think it
se
would
acuerda así de
actually
las
come in
leyes, ¿eh?
handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Furina is?
She
Sí,
can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
es muy
Anyway,
impredecible.
Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Lyney. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
El fantasma de la
I
ópera.
just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living.
Ahora,
Lynette
no voy a
is my
cuestionar
assistant.
porque sabemos que en Francia,
It will actually
en
be my
épocas
first time
antiguas,
performing on the most
tenía
prestigious stage in Fontaine,
un sentido de la
Opera
moda un
House.
poco cuestionable.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal
Ya.
trials are held in fun?
When there are no
Pero
public trials
aquí
being held,
Lyney
the
está
Opera
usando
House
una
hosts a
ropa
variety of
demasiado,
other
no sé.
performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance
Quiero pensar que es
can
porque
be a little blurred.
en esa época,
And
pues,
speaking
los
of
franceses, como digo, tenían
performances, I would be
un
remiss
sentido de
to
la moda
forego
un
this
tanto raro.
opportunity gifted by
Pero
fate.
esto no es...
Might I invite the
Es
two
un
of
poco
you
raro
to
ver a
see
alguien
my
vestido así.
performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic
Bolsos
pocket.
mágicos.
Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
¿Ya te pasaste el abismo? ¿Ya se reseteó? No sé, no me he fijado si se ha reseteado o
What
no.
are they going to use it for?
About that. You asked me before about
No
the
me he fijado
prophecy,
cuando se
right?
reseteó. Me olvidé, de verdad, me he
Let me
olvidado.
start by telling you a little more about
Me he
what
olvidado
it
si ya se habrá
entails.
reseteado o no.
I'm not sure
O sea, me he olvidado la
exactly
fecha
when
en
it
cual se
began,
reseteaba.
but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin.
Ah, ya, todos nacen
No matter how
choros,
the
ok.
nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro
Mientras llora.
Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy.
Ok.
Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of
Ah,
guesses.
también un
Some
detalle,
say that
que
the
dicen que
ancestors
Fontaine,
of
aparte de
Fontaine
tener
stole the
inspiración
power of the
tanto en
seas
Francia
and
como
stirred
en
its
Reino
wrath.
Unido o Londres, como dicen algunos, específicamente Londres, también tiene un poco de Estados Unidos.
Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro
Pero muy
Archon's
poco, muy
warnings
poco.
and offended
Pocas influencias, no
Celestia.
son muchas.
But
Más es,
here
como
in
dije, Francia y
Fontaine,
Londres
evidence
específicamente.
is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be
Se podría decir
regarded
que es un
as conjecture.
60% Francia, 30%... sí, 30%... sí, yo diría que sí, 30%
If
Londres
even the
y un
people in
10% Estados
Fontaine
Unidos.
don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't better just to ignore the prophecy completely?
That's exactly what the people did at first.
La superficie.
But
Sí,
in the
la
last
ciudad
few
está más
years,
elevada de
the
lo
water
normal.
levels in Fontaine have actually
No, si no
started
tendría un
rising.
arma. No, no empecemos con los chistes de tiroteos, por favor. ¿Qué tal, Saul Goodman? Te necesito aquí porque necesito un abogado. El mar está engullendo poco a poco su pueblo. La ciudad está un poco más
Many
elevada
places
porque
have already
algo
been
así sé que se
completely
levantó la
submerged,
ciudad y no sé qué más.
and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a
Algo que yo
natural
quiero ver
phenomenon.
es cómo es ahora
But
lo de los
my
mapas
family
subterráneos. Ahora
and
se
I
puede
think
ver
that
los
the
mapas
people of
debajo
Fontaine
cuando estás en
shouldn't
una
ignore the
cueva o algo así.
possibility, which
El
would
mapa
end up
cambia, eso es lo que
sentencing
quería
them
ver
to
también,
death.
no me he fijado. Me he venido de
We
frente
hope that
acá
at
a
least the
Fontaine
people
nomás.
who reside near the waterfront can move away
He empezado de
before it's
frente,
too
por eso
late.
no me he fijado en
So,
esa
we've
nueva
started
función que han
distributing
añadido.
magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it. It's like
¿Qué pasará si la profecía es
preparing
cierta?
for a rainy day. But
Solo una
Perhaps
fuerza
only
tan absoluta
absolute
como el
power
propio
could ever
desastre
contend
podría
with such a
contenerlo.
catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby.
Ay,
Be
no me
sure to
friegues,
convince
¿cómo que
them
cómo
to
va a
take
hacer
it,
eso?
regardless of what they
Con la
say.
ansiedad que tengo jamás podría hacer esto. ¿Ya? Gracias por el logro. Ah, ya, si querían ver lo del abismo. No, qué boca. Mapa. Ah, sí, ya se reseteó. Acá se verá. A ver, alineación astral. Bueno, la anterior es sala 12, sala 3. Ya eso lo haré después. ¿Se ha reseteado con los mismos enemigos? ¿O han añadido cosas nuevas? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Ahí a buscar gente. Hola. Etienne.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about.
Toma causa.
Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my back.
No hay problema, mano. A ver.
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy.
Este Meg no cree en la profecía, ¿ok? Ya, lo tengo entendido.
what? You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean.
La gente viene
Couldn't
mal.
live
Está,
apart
es
from
como algo así como economía, ¿qué cosa?
As time wore on, people desired to live on land and
Desearon ver
develop blood vessels,
Bueno, esto es una referencia a la teoría de la evolución, ¿no? Que éramos peces y uno decidió salir del agua y le crecieron patas y ahora pues humanos.
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before.
No, o sea,
People
eso
can't
suena
live
aterrador de
underwater.
que todos nos
They'll
ahoguemos
die.
ahí.
You should probably still take it.
All right, I'll take it.
Este es el equivalente a un
I guess I
antivacunas, por
just
así
feel
decirlo.
that being dissolved into
Yo
the
no creo
water
que ocurra
doesn't
esto.
necessarily mean death.
Acá también veo muchas referencias políticas acá, ¿no? No sé. 2 de 3. ¿Cómo cruzo sin mojar? Ok, voy a tener que mojar nada más. ¿Cómo? Ok. Galate. Galati.
I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment.
Sí, pero igual va a ocurrir, o sea.
Future all the time.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now.
¿Ya está? Habla con Lyney. Yo sigo diciendo Lyney, no sé. Dice Lenny es la pronunciación, pero...
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some interesting opinions.
Así
Yes,
es.
but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of FONTAINE. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So,
Yeah.
you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll have...
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
O sea, lo primero que me mandan a hacer, apenas he llegado a esta nación, es ir a recolectar cosas. Fantástico. Entregar objetos y recolectar cosas. Me encanta ese trabajo nuevo. A ver, ¿qué tan rápido se mueve Lynette? Y no llega muy lejos, ok. Quiero desbloquear el... ¿Puedo subir acá? ¡Ah, sí! Gracias a ti tengo mucha información de un juego que no tengo. A mí yo sufro mucho con eso del micha. Cuando escribo en teléfono, sobre todo. Cuando escribo en teléfono sufro mucho con eso. Micha. Ve por Cont Hydro. Sí, es lo que voy a hacer ahorita. Pero el problema... Ah, ¿qué? Espera, ¿cómo la tengo buildeada ahorita? Ah, la tengo con recuerdos del bosque. Ah, hermano. ¿Saben qué es lo peor de todo? Que cuando cambia Hydro, todas mis habilidades van a estar de nuevo nivel 1. Ah. Ojalá no haya mucha pelea porque va a ser insufrible si tengo que pelear así. Y con una Lynette nivel 1 encima. Aunque creo que la puedo nivelar. A ver, sí puedo. No voy a usar estos. ¿La puedo ascender? Bien. Sí la puedo ascender.
My perception has...
No, estos. Y un deseo gratis. Ya. Bueno, al menos espero que con nivel 40 aguante algo. El mundo se abre para que... Sí, la frase me encanta. Ya, vamos por Hydro. Ah, ya, porque acá hay otra estatua. Acá hay otra. Son tres partes. Está dividida en 3 partes, ok. Ha sido eso. La estatua de los 7 se abrió de una manera exagerada. Qué raro. ¿Había ocurrido algo así antes? Como si saliera agua. Sin duda es la nación Hydro. Incluso las estatuas de los 7 son fuertes de agua. Pero nunca he visto ese brillo. El agua me está hablando. Claro, sí, la selva. Después de ese brillo. Micha es micho en lenguaje inclusivo que no existe. Ay, ven. Dicen que si sabes manejar bien la energía elemental serás capaz de nadar bajo el agua. No, pues o sea, cualquiera puede nadar bajo el agua. De acá debe decir que serías capaz de respirar bajo el agua, algo así. Velar por ti. Qué sola me voy a sentir en el agua. Pero a Paimon le da miedo meterse. ¿Qué pasa si Paimon es arrastrada accidentalmente por una corriente y se marea? Te pescaré de nuevo. Se sacrificará. No digas eso, Paimon. Ahora puedes nadar en el agua. Ok, sí, ya sabía, ya que... ¿Ya tengo hidro? Ah, no tengo hidro. A ver, no quiero perder mucho tiempo en esto. ¿Qué le pongo? ¿Con qué escala? Ya, voy a cambiarlo. A ver. Consonancia con hidro, a ver. ¿Con qué escala? ¿Con qué escala? Para saber, para al menos tener una build provisional mientras. Ok. A ver, ¿qué hace? Ya, esto escala en base a qué. De la vida. No, consumo de vida, ¿qué? Ah, ya, esto consume la vida. Mantener pulsado daño hidro, nada más. O sea, escala en base al ataque. Y esto también. No, escala en base al ataque. Ay, tener que buildear otra vez. Mientras que le doy. Ay, ¿en qué me metí? ¿En qué me metí? ¿Dónde está? Ya sabes que lo voy a poner sueños áureos. Lo Voy a poner mientras esto, ¿ya? ¿Para qué? Ah, no, es que qué tonto soy. Claro, no tiene sentido que haga esto porque no voy a generar núcleos dentro ni nada. Otra vez lo vuelvo a decir, ¿en qué diablos me he metido? Le voy a poner este set nomás mientras. Voy a aumentar el daño del ulti nomás. Con ley, ¿no? El set que tenía con ley. ¿Dónde está? Ah, que estoy con bono de daño dentro encima. ¡Ah! Ah, hidro, bono de daño hidro. ¿Por qué Mika tiene una copa de bono de daño hidro? Bueno, la única que tengo nivelada. Ya, que sea lo que ocurra lo que tenga que ocurrir. Después voy a hablar con estas dos. Acá tengo que ir, ¿no? ¿Acá era? ¿Dónde es? Ah, no, es abajo. Y sobrevivimos.
It seems we have to use hydro to collect from maritime flowers.
Ah, con razón. ¿Por qué accedí a hacer esto así solo con dos personajes? ¿Qué es esto? Jasmine Poluto. ¿Cuántas necesito? 3, ¿no? 3, 2, 1. ¿Ya está? Me llevaría una más por si acaban. 2, 1. Ya. Ahora tengo que subir otra vez, ¿no? Ah, no, acá nomás.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power saving mode today.
¿Saben a quién me hace acordar? No sé cuántos habrán visto el anime de Eden Zero, pero me hace acordar a la hermana del asesino, ¿cómo se llama? No me acuerdo, se me van los nombres siempre de los personajes.
So, we're going to the court
La que no muestra emociones. La chica que no muestra emociones, la que controla el viento.
Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try.
A ver, ¿qué hay en... Ahora sí quiero entrar ya a Fontaine, porque estoy acá, parece que estoy en el borde, no sé, en el puerto.
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Ah, esa es la chica que en un principio nos miró medio raro.
What's wrong with her?
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Ya está, le sacó la cartera. Listo. Así es fácil. El carterismo es un arte.
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to... All right,
Ok. Quiero hacer eso de una vez. ¿Me puedo teletransportar o tengo que irme así nomás? Bueno, sí ayuda un poquito con la distancia. No es como la habilidad de Yelan, o sea, la habilidad de Lynette. Voy a llamar así. ¿Ah? Pero... ya. No quería hacer esto para no malograr la inmersión, pero... Hay un hidróculus ahí.
This is the spot where Lyney wanted us to wait.
Ahí está. Ahí está.
Isn't that her?
También inspiración peruana tiene para sacar la cartera. Ok, eso me ofende, ¿eh? Atrapémosla, detengámosla. ¿Qué diferencia hay?
Oh no. Did she notice
Nuestro trabajo es bloquear el camino aquí. Eso es responsable. Ok, me lavo las manos, listo. Hasta aquí llego.
She might also be trying to lure us away.
Esperan un rato, pero la ladrona no vuelve. Ya se escapó, pues.
Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lyney caught the thief.
Ya no hay nada que hacer aquí.
Let's go.
Como cuando son las 4. No, no voy a llegar. Ya me mojé todito, Acá se puede... Ah, sí, sí se puede ir por acá. Pensaba que estaba cerrado del otro lado.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
Desde acá se ve el árbol de
No,
la última zona
that was
del
all.
desierto de
Oh, I can't thank
de
you
Sumeru.
enough. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lyney twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure
qué
he
mala
was
suerte.
okay.
Oh, did you get hurt, Lyney?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even
Haría
more
más chistes
skilled
sin
than I
gracia,
had
pero me tengo que ir
anticipated.
a ver si luego haces otro directo que no estarás tanto, pero ni modo, uno está ocupado.
But at
Sí,
least we were able to get
posiblemente
the
hoy día va a
stolen
ser el
items
capítulo
back,
1
so
del
it wasn't a
arco
complete failure.
y de repente el capítulo 2, porque solamente hay 2 capítulos por el momento. El segundo posiblemente lo haga el sábado o el domingo, depende. Depende de si no hay actividad en mi trabajo.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the court of Fontaine now.
Me voy 1 hora ya en vivo. 1 hora y unos minutos. ¿Dónde tengo que ir ahora? A la corte de Fontaine. Miren que solamente estoy explorando, solamente estoy aquí nomás en la entradita de Fontaine, o sea, no he ido más lejos. Vamos a tomar el tranvía, chévere. Disfruta la historia, gracias, Saúl. Pero realmente te lo digo, sí, creo que voy a necesitar un abogado más adelante.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around.
This is an aqua bus.
Este,
It
el
allows people to
ferribus.
travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty
Fontaine.
convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much.
¿Ya me spoileé? No. ¿Yo solito?
Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us.
Y ni cuenta me he
It's the
dado.
same as
Sí,
being
pero
at
yo soy
home.
maestro spoileándome solo. Siempre me suele pasar
Whatever.
eso. Ay, no, se está acordando de su hermano. No.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Bueno. A ver, quiero ver cómo funciona esta cosa. ¡Ay! ¡Charlotte! 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 ¡La Yanfi francesa volvió! ¡La Yanfi francesa! ¡La Yanfi francesa! Mírate, mijito. Te troleaste solito.
What? Traveler! Paimon! Charlotte!
Oh, I'd never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aqua bus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon
Para mí que
introduce
como
you to
ella
our new
trabaja ahí en el... Como Charlotte trabaja en todo lo que es
No
noticias y
need
toda esa vaina.
introductions, Paimon.
Por ahí de repente se enteró el Arcón Hidro también. Lo predijo, o sea, predijo que íbamos a ir.
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they
Y lo
were.
voy a volver a decir como la primera vez que
I'm
jugué
Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
el evento
Nice to meet you.
de las
From the
cartas.
Steambird, huh?
El mundial de las
We've often
cartas, ¿vale?
relied on your paper to promote
Los
our
ojos de Charlotte son
performances.
demasiado grandes en proporción a su cabeza, en mi
It's an
opinión.
honor to meet you.
Será un efecto de los lentes, pero...
Now that everyone knows each other,
No, pero solo tienen un lente, creo, nomás algo.
certainly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much.
No, solo tiene
When
un
there
lente,
isn't any
¿verdad?
breaking
Pero no
news, I
sé,
mainly
sus
cover
ojos
the
se me hacen
trials
que
of
son
the
muy
opera
grandes en
house.
proporción a su cabeza. O a su cara, bueno.
You can still manage to keep readers'
Pero son
attention
unos
as
hermosos
long as
ojos.
you tell things from a clever enough angle,
Ya
even if
quisiera
it's
yo
the
una
same old
una
topics.
novia con ojos así.
For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor.
Y lo
that
único
they
que
ate
tenía
a
para
single
comer en
piece of
5 días
bread
era
for
una
5
hogaza de
days.
pan. Ah, su madre. No parecen el tipo de noticias con la que te sentirías satisfecho.
You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases actually.
Una serie de casos.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
Uy,
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever
ahí están
seen.
las visiones de Fontaine, se ven así. Tienen esa carcasa.
If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird,
Oh.
when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
Tu vestido es muy corto, Charlotte, en mi opinión, ¿no?
What is the serial disappearances of young women case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl
Todas tienen una edad
disappears.
parecida y se
What the
desvanecen
cases
sin
have in
dejar
common
rastro.
is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many
No.
suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance will
¿Esta es
always
una
happen.
referencia a Jack el Destripador, por casualidad? ¿Y si hay más de un culpable?
Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I
Exacto.
just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear.
Oh, lo
I'd
que
pay
te
any
espera,
price to
hermano.
get her
Lo que
back,
te
and
espera.
then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lyney.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Mijo. Mijo no debió decir nada, creo. Usted no debió decir nada, creo, mijo. Escabo de...
Hey, we're almost there. Look.
O sea, donde estuvimos entonces era un equivalente al puerto de Hormuz, ok. Y esto es, digamos, la ciudad real. Oh, qué bonito. Pero miren toda esta arquitectura, ¿eh? Todo esto equivale a 90 gigabytes. Y es muy grande, sí. No, pero yo ya sabía que Fontaine iba a ser así. No así. No, lo tenía un poco diferente, pero sí sabía que iba a haber mucha edificación, mucha. Porque ya desde que dijeron que estaba basado tenía un estilo steampunk, ya era obvio que iba a ser una metrópolis.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Nos vemos.
Okay, Hyman hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya.
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
¿Ya? ¿En dónde está? ¿Saben que me ha hecho acordar lo que acaba de decir Charlotte? Cuando Shanlin nos dijo, pásense por el restaurante Wanming, ahí los estaré esperando. Y cuando vas y no está Shanlin. Lo mismo va a
If you
hacer
don't
acá.
mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
A ver, vamos. Ah, de frente, ok, pensé que tenía que correr. Este es el centro de la ciudad, supongo. Qué bonito. Había un edificio que parecía un cofre. ¿En serio todo esto se ha añadido al juego? O sea... Todo esto han añadido al juego, wow. Pobres usuarios de teléfono. Pobres jugadores que juegan en teléfono. Miren qué bonito. Es una calidad y, como lo digo siempre, ¿no? Cada nueva región es como si fuese un juego completamente nuevo. Y este juego podría costar tranquilamente $80 en cualquier tienda de videojuegos. Ahí está. Me parece haber visto a Ferminette ahí.
Ah, Fremine.
Sí, ya sabía,
You're
era
home.
Ferminette.
Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Me voy a divertir explorando todo esto. Yo y mi cel soporta aún. Debes tener un cel muy bueno como para...
I see. Everyone is getting
Y debo
busier
decir que
now
mi
that Father
teléfono,
will be
que a
returning
pesar de ser un
soon,
Galaxy
but I
de
suppose
los
that can't be
topes, ya
helped.
es... No, se me queda corto ya.
Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Cuando me da pereza estar aquí en la PC, suelo jugar Genshin en PlayStation. Bueno, yo tengo el PlayStation 4. En la comodidad de mi cama. ¿Para qué mentir? Claro que ahí estoy a 30 FPS nada más en PlayStation. Pero igual, o sea, me divierto. ¿Qué familia tan grande tienes, Lyney? Xiaomi siente... Ah, bueno, ya los Xiaomi tienen potencia.
Lyney,
Es lo bueno que rescato de los Xiaomi.
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
No te preocupes, hablen ustedes dos. ¿Qué pasó? Hermano,
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption.
Ya, algo me dice que familia, pero no es literal. O sea, es todo un tema de un refugio o algo así.
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to
¿Qué
you.
ánimos tiene, ah?
That's our Fremine. Always quick with the underwater work.
Ya, es la primera vez que veo que llueve en la ciudad principal de una región. Esto sí me está sorprendiendo. Ese pata. Pero la lluvia va a hacer que esto se vea mejor. Va a hacer que se vea más bonita la ciudad, de verdad.
You're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
¿Y saben qué es lo que va a pasar? Vamos a completar una misión de mundo que va a hacer que nos que eliminemos la lluvia y ya nunca más va a volver a llover.
What's wrong, Fremine?
Pues que ya mataron a alguien ya en el juicio.
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in
Ya
Fontaine.
siempre hay un dragón en todas las regiones,
Though we
eso
don't
es
know where the dragon
clásico.
went. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Ese rey dragón 4 será el dragón elemental de Fontaine, claro.
Elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual.
Te spoileaste de nuevo.
Let Paimon try something.
¡Ta madre! ¿Por qué? Tengo esa habilidad.
Hydro dragon, don't cry.
Es que esa es mi habilidad de deducción. Siempre llego a la conclusión. O es que está muy predecible, no lo sé, pero... Es que está... He visto ya muchas historias, pues, y ya uno saca sus deducciones.
You know, you might be a
Nunca
more
ya
popular
nada es
magician if you
original, o
understood
sea,
the concept
claro, no,
of
no lo estoy diciendo de forma
romanticism.
despectiva, es que es difícil encontrar
Or could
algo
at least play
original
along.
sin inspirarte de otras cosas, por eso.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be
O
comforted
sea,
by
yo
the
ya he
words of
encontrado ya
strangers.
en la hora y cuarto que llevo ya aquí en Fontaine, he encontrado un montón de referencias que seguro muchos de los que están viendo no se han dado cuenta.
It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Sí, ya la guillotina está limpiándola ahorita.
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island
Hasta
of
las
Erinias.
Erinias.
I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Genial, puedes ir tranquilo. Nos vemos el día del espectáculo.
Are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the traveler to help us take these materials
Ay,
to the
¿por qué
Beaumont
yo?
workshop and deliver them to the owner there.
Mano, ya no me recargues con más
I'm afraid
cosas,
that
ya.
Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been.
Me acuerdo que antes de que se confirmaran varias cosas, todos pensaban que Freminette era una chica. Un
Sorry
trapito.
for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks.
Oh, no need.
Yo me acuerdo cuando empecé a jugar y apareció Venti por primera vez, dije, uy, qué chévere, otra waifu.
Thanks again, you two. I really can't deal with that lady.
Ok. Bueno, te entiendo, mano. Las mujeres a veces son difíciles. Porque estoy haciendo parkour acá. A ver. Qué bonito se ve de noche todo esto.
Surprise!
Qué bonito se ve de noche. Ah, quiero ver si esa opción está activada. A ver, quiero chequear. Comandos gráficos. A ver, alto. Difuminación, escena, presión, efecto de compañero, dispersión superficial, filtrado. ¿Dónde estaba? Acá está, iluminación global alta. Ah, sí, estaba activado. No he notado diferencia. Seguro ahí ese destello de la luz debe ser. A ver, ¿quién es? ¿Con quién estamos hablando aquí? Jefa. Qué falta de respeto, Paimon, ¿eh?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making...
Hacer la cosa esa. Qué falta de respeto, por favor.
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now.
¿Cuánto te
No
debemos?
need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run.
Wow. So...
Si se ve un poquito borroso, pues échenle la culpa a YouTube porque solamente me permite como máximo 9000 de bitrate.
Can't say for sure,
Ahorita está corriendo
but
en esa...
who knows?
Esta
Maybe
que va
there's good
entre
money to be made being a magician in
9300,
Fontaine.
9100. El bitrate. No puedo subirle más porque si no YouTube comprime el streaming.
machine
Puede
what you used
puede
to
generar
make
lag.
It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology.
Exacto. La automatización es el futuro.
Like that get its power from?
Ah, well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you.
A ver,
But
explícame.
basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy
Ay,
that's
no,
produced
ya
from
sé
trials.
cómo va todo. Ya entendí. Ya estoy atando cabos.
Energy.
Ya estoy atando
Well, I'm not
cabos.
completely sure of all the details myself, but basically,
No lo quiero decir, pero ya sé
when a
cómo,
trial
de
is in
dónde viene esa
session, the
energía.
oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it
No,
into
algo
energy
esto
to be
esto
used
recoge
all
la
around
fe, no es la
Fontaine.
fe, es otra cosa.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments.
Ya entendí de dónde viene la energía. Ya.
Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Sí, sí recuerdo que Venti lo dijo. No recuerdo si energía lo dijo.
So that means the
No, 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 no. Eso es lo que la gente de aquí cree, pero no es así. Ya sé por dónde va. Agrégate ya al Target. Oh, genial, chévere.
It sounds like it makes sense. Besides,
Ese ha sido un spoiler, pero a la vez no.
It
Pero tan
isn't
pronto
produced by
pensé
the
que
power of the
pensé que iba a
Archon,
salir casi al final de,
but it is unstable
de este
by
capítulo.
nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you
Por
are
un segundo
chatting
pensé
the
que era
game away.
Tartaglia.
Since you're already talking,
Ay.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
You again?
Se ha quedado pegado el
Didn't I already
trazador del
promise you
camino.
that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month?
El trazador de ruta.
Why are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no? 70%.
70, qué hijo de...
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Sí, vámonos, estoy totalmente de acuerdo.
Hey, hold on.
¡Eh!
Before you
Llegó
go
el
around
Mr.
trying to collect
Worldwide.
payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora.
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Ahí está.
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too.
Qué cantidad de casualidades, sí, demasiadas casualidades hoy día.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty
Güey,
boring.
me tengo que ir, cuídese. Tranquilo, Sans. Gracias por estar aquí.
But it seems that fate brought our paths together today.
Gracias
Not
por el
only will I
apoyo.
have some good friends
Y
here
el bot,
now,
o sea, el
the
VO
ones who
del
always seem to
el
find
video que
trouble.
quede después del stream siempre va a estar ahí disponible.
Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides,
Nuestro
our
concepto
trip
de
here's
interés sí es
gone
muy
pretty well
distinto.
so far. Right, Traveler?
En realidad nunca viene mal un poco de emoción. Creo que hemos tenido suficiente. Sí, hemos tenido muchas cosas. Estoy harto ya de tener que solucionar problemas de gente ajena.
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen to me, boy. If you want Kimura, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
No, tengo que pelear con ellos.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said,
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Igualmente, Sans Elman. Sans Elman. Buen nombre de usuario.
Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients.
Cuídate, hermano. Suerte.
You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Está bien, está bien. No me voy a meter tampoco. Solamente no los destripes nada más. Solamente no los despedaces. Es lo único que pido.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Ya está. Ah, no, iba a equiparlo. Maldición. Iba a ponerlo el equipo.
How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Un fatui, sí.
Now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think?
Eres el 11avo, eres el 11avo, no los 11. ¿Qué?
Now's my chance.
¿Qué pasa? Au. Tremendo one punch.
Huh. That was weird.
¿Qué acaba de ocurrir?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them.
No.
Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Tampoco usa esa vaina, porque esa vaina te mata, man. El engaño también te mata.
For Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
¿Crees que el hecho de que tu visión fallara podría estar relacionado con ese poder?
Is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
Puede ser.
That is a
¿De
possibility.
dónde crees que proviene ese poder? ¿Tienes alguna pista sobre el origen de este poder?
I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in
a whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale.
Me da risa que Paimon dice cuando peleaste con nosotros, como si ella hubiera hecho algo.
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon.
Sí, las cosas están relacionadas porque uno no crea algo de la nada en su mente. De hecho, muchos dicen que cuando creamos algo en nuestra mente es porque hay algo en nuestro subconsciente que se quedó ahí y usamos eso como inspiración. Incluso de cosas que hemos visto así por el rabillo del ojo. Así funciona el cerebro.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm
Sí,
out of
parece
leads
algo
at this point,
terrorífico, de
but
verdad.
there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion
Clorinde es la más
duelists.
fuerte de todos.
I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Qué cargoso eres también. Contra todos quieres pelear también.
Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
¿Qué cosa? ¿Su visión?
Your vision? You're
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have
con
some
razón
time
en el
later.
tráiler él salía sin su visión. Ahora todo tiene
What you're
sentido.
up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Devuélveme el
I'll be
cuerno
in
que le
touch
quitaste a
later.
Ganyu.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, seems we don't have much to do for now. We might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
Ok. Bueno. ¿Qué? Ah, Paimon ha sido mi guía turística, ok. Qué chévere.
Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer.
Y lo primero que hace Paimon al salir de teatro es spoilear a la gente que está afuera. Está mal de esto.
Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing. The whodunits here in
No sabía que le
Fontaine are
gustaba
a
leer.
lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel.
Claro.
It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery
Es que aquí ya son más novela que...
especially in the one Paimon was
Los dos son
just
novelas
reading. You
ligeras.
should buy a copy and read it too.
No hace falta.
Sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the opera house to see Lyney's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going. Lyney said that the opera house is on Arenías, so let's go ride the aqua bus.
Ahora vamos a añadir a Tartaglia, ya que ya lo vimos. Y mi Tartaglia definitivamente es más fuerte que el Tartaglia que nos han dejado probar ahí. Lo voy a poner aquí mejor. Ya. Voy a ponerle un set mientras creo. Algo de sombra verde esmeralda por si acaso, que sea de 4 estrellas. No tengo ninguno. Voy a completar el set nada más. Maestría elemental, sí tengo. Uno con recarga de energía, acá está. Daño crítico. Ya este que tiene más maestría elemental de secundaria. Y todo. Y vamos a buscar acá maestría elemental. ¿Dónde está? Acá está, con recarga de energía. Ya, este de acá. Ya, mientras. Y Tartaglia. ¿Qué es? No podía moverme por un segundo, ¿qué pasó? Ok, ¿a dónde tengo que ir? Está bloqueado acá todavía porque no es... ¿Cómo llego ahora? El ascensor, claro. Tiene más de 10 segundos de cooldown esa habilidad. No he desbloqueado ningún teletransportador todavía, eso también es algo malo. Este es el teatro, se ve bonito todo, ¿eh? Acá, ¿no? Llamar al ascensor. El ascensor ya está... ¿Esto por qué está ocurriendo? Ya es la... Ahí viene. Ahí está. ¿A qué piso tengo que ir, A ver, ¿dónde dijo? Aqualínea navia, acá está. ¿Por qué la música paró? ¿Por qué la música paró? Eso me da miedo. Me gusta esto, ¿eh? Me gusta todo este... Esperar el ferribus. Ok. Acá está. Efane. Hola. Ya sale, ok. Estas deben ser creaciones del Arconte, así como los aranaras son las creaciones del Arconte Hidro.
Welcome to the Navia line.
Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so. Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself.
¿Qué es eso de allá? ¿Qué es eso de allá? Parece algo incompleto.
The destination of the current tour is Arenias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese.
Ahí hay un santuario.
To the left, in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see
Okay,
the
santuario.
famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned a new sightseeing opportunity.
Ok.
Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
Ahí es un laboratorio que ocurrió una especie de catástrofe, algo así, lo que estoy entendiendo. Es gigantesco Fontaine. Tiene parte de bosque también, o sea, bueno, parte, digamos, montaña. Desde acá veo un cofre. Ahí está, acá lo veo.
We are now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark. Even though I will take any forgotten items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable for grasping pens.
A ver.
Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
¿Listo? Muchas gracias. ¿Ya va a parar o todavía? Ahí está. Fontaine te da la bienvenida. Hay jasmine impoluto para recoger, pero creo que eso no es momento para eso ahorita. ¿Por dónde tengo que ir? Eso es lo que me intriga. Por acá. Acá hay un teletransportador, genial. Supongo que tengo que recorrer todo esto. Lo que me agrada es que todo va fluido, ¿eh? Bueno, rehusan algunas texturas. Bueno, la mayoría de texturas. Todas estas texturas están en Mondstadt, la mayoría. O sea, bueno, al menos la forma de los modelos 3D de algunas edificaciones ya han sido usadas, solo que las arreglan un poco. Modifican un poco algunas texturas y todo eso. Y básicamente rehusan algunas cosas, ¿no? Lo que me estoy dando cuenta es que hay muchos teletransportadores. O están, digámoslo así, más cerca unos de otros. Me he dado cuenta de ese detalle. Acá hay otra foto. A ver. Genial. Otra para la colección.
Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a performance! Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
Yeah, claro. Todos quieren
I guess
eso.
if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache. Ay. ¿Qué?
What's wrong? No,
¿Has dicho algo?
didn't say
No.
anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Ah, ya, es una cuestión. Pero la has estado viendo como unos segundos. Se tomó muchos segundos procesar el cerebro de Paimon.
Remember?
Right.
¿Tú tampoco soy de la voz de alguien?
There are a lot of people here right now.
Es que hay una extraña voz.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day.
I tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family
O sea que son sensibles al elemento hidro, ok. Por eso es que Tartaglia no podía usar su visión, entonces.
But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me.
Cuando está triste, ¿no? Obviamente, ¿no?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say?
Creo que llamaba a alguien, dice. Pero,
If you were hearing their emotions,
rather than
¿cómo
worrying
que
about
las
them,
lágrimas de
we
la
should worry
gente? O
about my
sea,
brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lyney might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Lyney.
ok. ¿Dónde está? Acá. Estamos. Estas cositas son los aranaras de Fontaine, básicamente. Ya me estoy dando cuenta ya. A ver. ¿Por qué está todo tan oscuro?
Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet.
Me debes 5,000 de gastos legales.
Chance for us to take you to the...
Rayos. Bueno, estoy dispuesto a pagar, no quiero ir preso. No quiero morir. Estamos en Francia, así que aquí usan la guillotina, hermano.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lyney.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lyney, could you come over here and take a look at this?
¿Qué pasó, Cowell?
I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cowell, my assistant, calling me.
Cowell.
I'll go lend him a hand.
Claro, no hay problema.
We'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lyney.
¿Y ahora qué hacemos nosotros? Siéntate en el asiento reservado. Uy, qué elegancia la de Francia. Es fantástico. Hay una zona para esperar. Genial, genial, me encanta esto. Me encanta esto. Pero... sospechoso que estemos nosotros nada más. No hay nadie más. Ay. No se sabe la de evadir impuestos.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still.
You little shit. You little shit.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Él es Neuvillet.
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
No estabas hablando bajito.
Sorry, Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. Oh, Paimon's
Muy
got it.
incómodo, ¿verdad?
You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Lyney's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Lyney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Lyney then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second.
Me imagino que ese sería, que ese sitio sería más humilde de Francia, así como el país.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet.
Nervillet,
What
sí,
an
ya
honor
sabía.
it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Lyney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's
Él es el
Chief
juez
Justice.
supremo, ok.
That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly
Ya valiste,
every
ya.
person has their usual
Ya
reserved
valimos, ya
seat,
estamos
so
fritos.
I'm not so
Algo me dice
special,
que todo
really.
esto ha sido una trampa, no sé.
And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seat
Ya
that has
sabía
been
que algo
striking
estaba
a
mal.
pose
No.
for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression.
Ya sabía que algo andaba mal ya.
So I think you should take notice
El hecho
of
de
her
que esté
sooner
todo
rather
vacío el
than
teatro,
later.
algo estaba mal.
Otherwise she may become flustered.
Pero qué muslos. ¿Qué diga qué ojos?
Huh? Oh, it's Furina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face.
Paimon, cállate. Paimon, cállate.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Pero no hay nadie, o sea, estamos solos nosotros ahí. Eso es lo que más miedo me da ahorita.
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon...
A ver.
Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Paimon, cállate ya. No hagas Ay, hay gente.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Lyney. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking,
Qué ánimos, ¿eh?
two vision holders
Qué
who can
ánimos.
freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
A ver. ¿Y este men?
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Señor oficial, ese es el tipo que se compra todos los juegos de Pokémon solo para tapar a todos los Pokémon furros.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin.
Ay, no, no,
Lynette
no
will
empecemos
now
con...
exit the stage to
¿Sabías
make
que?
some preparations.
En términos de...
I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily.
Considerando que ahora estamos acá en la Nación del Agua,
Unexpected
tiene sentido el copypasta.
I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Ay.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Ok, no hay nada en el sombrero, a ver. Sorpréndeme. Oh. Oh. Buena. Buen truco. A ver.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
A ver. La paloma. Oh.
Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
No. No. Algo está mal. Algo anda mal.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Ok. Chuta.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Oh. Un mago murió por esos trucos. Sí. Esta es una referencia, pero turbia. Ok, trucazo. Pero, ¿saben qué hubiese sido mejor? Que Lynette saliera, no sé, del sombrero, no sé, algo así, ¿no?
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't see him do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then
Mis ojos no se acostumbran a los 60 FPS. No había salido Lynette tan que como desaparecer. Ha sido fantástico. Recién me di cuenta que las escenas así de que están ya pre-renderizadas van a 30 FPS.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that
Este escenario es
performance.
gigantesco, ¿verdad? Ahora que me di cuenta.
But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
A ver. ¿Qué más vas a
I'm
hacer?
sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all.
Estoy viendo al público para ver si hay alguien sospechoso, pero todos son
In which
NPCs.
case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation
¡Ay,
of
qué
one
casualidad!
lucky
Ahora,
audience
la
member.
viajera. Sí, ya
Please,
sé.
if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap.
Okay.
Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
Ya, es el clásico truco del cambio.
Now,
Sí,
please,
lo he visto ya.
everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lyney have actual superpowers?
Ahora lo
The
veremos.
lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector.
Ahora sale nuestro asiento, sí, ya sabía ya.
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin.
A ver.
Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute.
Ok, fallé en predecir la historia.
Please,
Me encanta.
come forward.
Me gusta
My assistant
cuando
will take
no
you
predigo.
beside the magic box.
O sea, de hecho a mí me gusta equivocarme
I'm
cuando
sorry,
intento
it might
predecir
be
las
a
cosas que van a
little
pasar.
cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged
Porque eso significa que,
everything for
que
you
no
to
es
be as
predecible.
comfortable as you don't need
Y
to
esa
do
es la idea,
anything,
¿no? Que la
but
historia
no matter what
te sorprenda.
strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the fortress of Meropide.
Ay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
Es imposible contar rápidamente.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
Algo me dice que algo malo va a ocurrir aquí.
52? Why aren't you counting, Neverlet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Qué cargoso es Paimon también a veces.
You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
¿Te imaginas que te ofrezcas para participar por un truco y el mago te dijera que son 500 por participar? Sería una estafa porque si ya estás pagando por el show.
Lyney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double checking.
Ahora ves tu dinero, ahora no lo ves.
It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lyney doesn't seem nervous at all.
Es la única manera de conseguirlo. ¡Pam!
What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25! 24! 23! What's wrong, Mr. Lyney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
Que sería que el truco le salga mal, ¿no?
I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds.
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think.
A ver.
Even a master magician like me can't
Callen
guarantee
a
I'll
Paimon,
get it
no
right
deja
the
nada
first
hablar.
time. Hey, wait. Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly.
5. La viajera habló, al fin. ¡Ey!
Whoops! That doesn't count.
0!
¿Y ahora qué? ¡Eh! Funcionó. Ahora se imaginan que la otra caja esté toda mutilada, toda retorcida así. Toda desmembrada. ¡Ay! Le cayó... No, de verdad le cayó encima al asistente.
Is this part of the show?
No, pendeja.
Mr. Lyney, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that
Pero
box,
¿por qué el tanque de agua seguía ahí arriba?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
No, pero... O sea, 2 personas han muerto aquí, entonces.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box
Ay,
has
no.
been pronounced dead.
No,
His name was
no.
Cowell, one of the assistants in Lyney's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience.
Ah, ¿y dónde está la chica de la audiencia? O sea, que quien estaba dentro de la caja era Cowell, el asistente de Lyney. Y la chica, la de la audiencia, ha desaparecido por completo.
And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
Para los que recién se unen, al comienzo se menciona una especie de caso de alguien que hace desaparecer chicas. Específicamente chicas. Y yo quiero pensar que es una referencia a Jack el Destripador.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Lyney,
¿Por qué?
is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants,
¿Por qué? Pues
is
eso es,
he
pero...
not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation.
That can't be right! How can Lyney do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time! We can even hear his voice! Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances! He couldn't possibly mean catching himself!
No, es que todo ha
Save
ocurrido
discussion for a
en
later
momento más.
time, please. Lady Furina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Lyney and his associates, and that...
I just think that he... Well,
No, es que no es, por eso no tiene sentido lo que estás haciendo. Star Conte es un desastre. Star Conte es un desastre, ya lo estoy viendo.
Said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Furina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes... That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Lyney, won't you?
Ay, no puede ser, no puede ser, la odio.
You the first time we met. Then there's no problem at all. You know, the traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
No, técnicamente no peleamos.
But with Lyney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here?
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed.
Ay, no me...
As such, a trial
Saúl,
is
necesito tu ayuda, necesito un abogado.
Well, traveler, seems Lady Furina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would
Ya me
like to
metí en
ask
otro
you,
problema acá. Otra vez.
are you willing to act as Mr. Lyney's attorney and defend
¿Por qué
him
las
in
naciones no
this
pueden ser
case?
como Mondstadt?
Very well.
Todo es felicidad
The
en
trial
Mondstadt.
will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases
Ahora soy
and search for
culpable
the
de
truth.
ser cómplice de un secuestrador.
Lyney
Fantástico.
and his troop are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can build in such a short amount of time.
¿Sabes por qué la reina del ajedrez puede moverse a todos lados? Porque el tablero parece el piso de la cocina.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the
No,
murderer?
imposible. No,
Good to
o
hear.
sea, no creo que sea una
Thank you
trama
so
tan
much for
fácil de...
trusting me.
Era la persona que menos pensabas.
I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered
No
upon
creo,
mysteries, such that all that's left is I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my
no.
performance, then we need to figure
Ya,
out what
me
they
olvidaba
did.
de un detalle del tráiler, pues.
Even a skilled and knowledgeable
Ya sé
magician like
quién es
myself
la
couldn't pull all
persona
that
que
off
está
in
haciendo
just 1
desaparecer
minute.
a las chicas.
Which is precisely
Ya sé
why
quién
we
es,
need to
pero no voy a...
As this book says,
Quiero ver cómo se desarrolla
the
esto.
impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Buena.
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult
En
for Lynette
realidad
and I to
aprecio
prove
eso de
our
Paimon
innocence.
porque claro, Lyney acaba de ver cómo
Good
ha
thing
muerto
you
su
agreed to
amigo
be our attorneys.
y Paimon lo acaba de animar.
Thanks for that.
Ya, por primera
We'll
vez
be counting on
Paimon,
you.
por primera vez Paimon hizo algo bueno. Chévere. Bueno, no por primera vez, pero al menos después de mucho tiempo ha hecho algo bueno. Pueden contar conmigo.
Just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
Ya, pero tienes
tienes
que decirlo porque si no vamos a empezar a sospechar de ti. Tienes que decirnos
suppose
todo.
you're
No le
right.
vamos a decir a nadie igual.
The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We
Claro.
should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
A ver,
Go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case.
Paimon Watson. No, Paimon Holmes. Sherlock Paimon.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
No, pero ¿por qué pisas el agua?
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Furina
Tengo
mentioned.
una obsesión con esas
Listen,
cosas.
I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Trastorno obsesivo,
I'd
creo que se
avoid
llama eso.
getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
¿Por qué? Ya me da miedo. Tienes un tono de voz muy Muy sospechoso. ¿Por qué pisan el agua? ¿Por qué pisan el agua?
Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowell inside
Pero
it.
ahora, ¿por qué estaba él ahí? ¿Qué pasó?
We've already searched the scene
La
and we were
silueta.
unable to find any traces of the girl.
Pero por
However,
eso,
if you
¿qué
look
pasó?
carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics
Ya, la
on
cuerda se
stage,
quemó y cayó.
causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Lyney is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
Claro, o sea, es bastante sospechoso como todo ha sido coincidentemente todo ya estaba así.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding
Sí,
the
pues
audience
es que
in
el
the
hecho
palm
de
of
que,
their hand.
que se dediquen literalmente a eso, también
I've
pues
seen
es
a lot of
sospechoso.
cases,
Pues.
and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
No creo que sean los
Sorry,
menos fiables.
I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious.
Ok, a través del expediente del caso puedes revisar las pruebas y pistas recabadas hasta el momento y recapitular la información. También puedes consultar las pruebas y pistas que aún no has descubierto en el expediente del caso, así como ir a buscarlas a las zonas que se encuentran. Usa la habilidad búsqueda perceptiva para hallar pruebas y pistas del caso en un área determinada y así avanzar la investigación. Informe del guardia. Según la investigación del guardia, los fuegos artificiales que explotaron cuando el espectáculo iba a terminar quemaron la cuerda que sostenía ya eso sabíamos que Cowell estaba adentro, causando la muerte. Que Lyney es la persona que supuestamente más probable de tener la alimenta. Aún varias incógnitas por solo por qué el fallecido es Cowell y por qué la chica desapareció. Ok. Dato de la víctima. Cowell, uno de los ayudantes del grupo de magia de Lyney, en vida fue una persona muy confiable para todo el equipo. Ya. Vamos a resolver este caso. A ver. Acá. Línea blanca. La ubicación en la que estaba Cowell. Ya. ¿Qué más hay? Baúl dañado. Baúl mágico dañado. Tras pinar la escena, el guardia conservaba en el tanque se vio impactar con mucha fuerza. Claro, pues si es un tanque, ¿cuánto cree que pese esa cosa? Es obvio. Él lo mató. O sea. A ver.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so
No puedo
quickly
con
by
esto.
fireworks?
Lyney no previó que podría ser un riesgo para la seguridad. O sea, esto inflige muchas reglas de seguridad y salud de trabajo. O sea.
Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
Estoy viendo que el lugar en el que se rompió la cuerda. A ver.
Whoa.
Ahí está.
This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Es un material inflamable. Son como hilos inflamables.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it... Wait, why don't you write all this down?
Ya, la cuerda especial. La cuerda que sostenía el tanque de agua se rompió de repente tras investigación. Se vio que está hecha de un material inflamable. Pero todas las cuerdas son inflamables. O sea. Bueno, aquí quiero comprobar algo. ¡Sí! En el menú también tiene la marca. ¿Por qué tengo un correo acá? No sé. Ok. Acá hay una más. ¿Quién es este men? El mismo grupo de
This
magias son los
location has
principales
also been cordoned
sospechosos.
off because the seats were all booked in advance. So we were sure. It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we... Her name is Halsey.
Halsey.
She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Yeah.
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House. But she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections.
No hay detalle,
It
tampoco mantiene
seems that
ningún
she has no
conflicto de
personal
intereses.
grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all.
Ah, la chica que desapareció, claro, claro.
Previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do have, it is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
A ver, dato de la joven Halsey, joven pintora que no tenía ninguna relación con los magos, ok. A ver, ya tengo todo eso cubierto. Busca pistas. ¿Algo más acá que pueda buscar? Acá. Ahí encontré todo. Acá hay otra cosa más, a ver. Ah, la caja, la otra caja, claro. Parece un baúl sin nada en especial. ¿Cómo pudo Lyney llegar hasta aquí durante el espectáculo? Lyney, ya no sé cómo pronunciarlo. Acá hay más. ¿Quién es? Es un guardia, seguro. Es Sildor.
I see that you're investigating the area. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it.
Sí, había habido un golpe.
That loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lyney's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened...
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lyney's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Claro, o sea,
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a
entonces el
particularly
tanque de agua no
rough
habría
landing.
caído directo. Claro, habría estado moviéndose y habría caído de repente a un costado o chueco o torcido, no sé, ¿no?
Reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
El extraño suena todo durante las cosas y hubo un ruido, sí sé que hubo un ruido. Se escuchó, o sea. Ahí está. ¿Con quién más tengo que hablar? Acá afuera hay alguien. Ajá. Molly, la guardia. Ah, está con
When he's
ellos.
still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
Ah, la que pesado. ¿No hay nada más por acá? No. ¿Por acá hay algo? A ver. No, ya no hay nada acá. Todo ya está cubierto. ¿O no? A ver, quiero regresar un ratito. Si me he perdido de algo por acá. Por lo que veo, no. 2, 1... Ah, sí, acá ya sabía que había algo que me había perdido acá. ¿Con quién tengo que hablar? Con Quentin Tarantino.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lyney and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Este juego se pone más God. Primero una colaboración con Nier Automata y ahora con Black Rock Shooter. ¿Qué tal, Diego Alonso Melchor? Bienvenido al stream. Vamos avanzando en esta historia. Estamos aquí ahorita en esta parte de... Estamos intentando resolver el caso del asesinato que ocurrió.
Machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Lyney knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Lyney reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a
Pero
case for Lyney.
es que son muchas coincidencias ya que han habido aquí. A ver, la seleccionadora de asientos es el aparatito que hizo para seleccionar ya. Que siempre seleccionaba el mismo número. Ah, ok. Creo que ya tengo todo de este lado, así que me voy para acá. Ya hablé con Molly. Creo que hay que salir por acá, ¿no? A ver. Ah, ok.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
La Lisa de Fontaine. A ver, la Lisa francesa.
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Qué buen diseño de NPCs.
I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Melus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should
Mademoiselle.
you prefer, boss, I will endeavor
Oh
to
là
use
là,
that
señor
instead.
francés.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now,
¿Tú también
back
estás
to the
investigando? A
situation
ver.
at hand. That's
No,
right.
obviamente que sí.
I've
Porque
always kept an eye on
su
serial
organización se
disappearance
trata de eso.
cases.
¿sí?
My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Lyney an unlikely mastermind.
¿Ves? Es lo que yo estoy diciendo. No tiene sentido.
That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition.
Sí, buen
naturally.
diseño, exacto.
My unparalleled intuition.
Ya, no estoy seguro si debemos confiar en otra loca como tú, así. Ya van dos locas que vamos viendo hasta ahora.
Wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Furina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Pero ¿quién confía en ella ya? Nadie
What's
ya.
your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Okay.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
No.
Well,
Porque hay que
And why
tomárselo en
would that
serio.
be?
Porque hay cosas que no se tienen en cuenta. Porque no se está bien convertir un asunto serio en entretenimiento, exacto.
See, Silver and Melus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you,
Sí,
Demoiselle.
somos especiales
I
como
too
Makanaki.
think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then
All right, that's quite enough, Melus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now,
Se prendieron las luces ya del teatro ya. O sea que estamos aquí hasta hemos estado ahí hasta la noche en horario canon del juego.
Oh, well,
Ah, es Geo. Pensaba que era Hidro. Es Geo. Acá está su edición.
or your
Ok.
companion if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Creo que no lo has entendido bien. Vamos a ver que acaba de decirle que sí, cierto.
far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think?
Este el otro men.
Got something on your mind?
I have nothing to add.
Esos lentes se ven demasiado modernos. ¿eh?
Alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first.
Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lyney's tricks.
Sí, eso es lo que quiero saber. ¿Había algún túnel, un túnel subterráneo para hacer cambiazo? No sé. Ah, ok.
Whoever the murderer was. Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand. This rope was obviously tampered with. People needed to register and reserve a seat for the show. That, combined with this number selector, could allow you to pick a young lady instead of some old fogey. Why would it be him? Gosh, no wonder the serial disappearances never got solved. We all heard
Faltan
that
6
voice,
datos más.
didn't we?
A ver. Acá hay uno más. Tristain.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Lyney.
O sea, ahora somos abogados. Genial.
So we're investigating the case.
Saúl, necesito tu asesoramiento.
Guarding this entrance.
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order,
¿Por qué hablan como si fuesen inteligencias artificiales estas cosas?
inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here.
No sé, yo prefiero los aranaras sobre encima de estas cosas que no sé qué son.
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure?
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Lyney's performance from here, which was quite a shame. But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. We Melusines are good at that sort of
Melucinas se
thing,
llaman
you
estas
know.
cosas, ok. Estas especies de conejos, no sé qué diablos son.
Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Ok. Salidas y entradas de la... Nadie abandonó la escena. Ya. Sabemos que nadie pudo salir. Ya. Eso lo tenemos claro.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue.
Ah.
Paimon wonders how Lyney's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
A ver, vamos a ver. Porque...
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware.
O sea, lo que no cuadra, lo que no cuadra es lo de la cuerda.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
3 tips, invoca a las 5. Evade impuestos y múdate del país.
We've arrived.
Ay, güey.
Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
De hecho, ahora que la veo bien, es la Jean de Fontaine.
Sorry, I got a little carried
La
away
Jean
there.
francesa.
Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
Claro.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes,
Claro.
a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box.
A ver, ¿cómo es el truco? Es lo que siempre quería saber, cómo es el truco del cambiazo. Vamos a ver si será como
But
la
before I
vida real.
reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
La parte trasera de la puerta es diferente, claro.
You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it, Paimon?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that the back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board.
Ajá.
So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
Que hay otro baúl dentro del baúl.
Exactly.
Exacto.
All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a passage.
Ya sabía. Ya sabía. Ya sabía.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the
Claro,
dark,
un poquito.
and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
Así que así funciona ese
That's how
truco.
we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked!
Ajá.
Wow! Every detail you revealed was
Así es como será en la vida real también este truco.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick.
¿Qué pasó?
I
¿Qué pasó?
probably never would have figured out how you pulled it
Parpadeó
off.
algo ahí por un segundo.
And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Lyney and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone.
Ya no se puede confiar en nadie, la verdad. A ver, Lyney explicó el truco ya sabes cómo funciona. Estructura, el baúl, ya. Hay un baúl dentro de otro baúl y la estructura del baúl mágico, ya. Acá están todas las piezas que faltaban, creo ya. ¿Cuántas faltan? A ver. ¿Cuántos datos faltan? Faltan 2 datos. Ah, no. Ya, las pruebas ya están. Ya faltan 2 datos más. A ver.
What's this?
Looks like a
Pues un gancho, sí, un gancho. Un garfio.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
De repente para jalar el carrito del baúl.
Let's make a note of it first.
Ya, cuerda con gancho, ya. ¿Algo más? ¡Wow! Hay un montón de cosas acá. Ya, este debe ser el interruptor que se usa para activar el mecanismo. ¿Esta otra parte? Ah, la escalera también. Para acceder al baúl se necesita una escalera, ya. ¿Qué más había acá? Se siente un poco más pesado acá el juego.
The
Acá
floor
abajo.
is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Un vestido acá, miren.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear. And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley
Claro,
moves along
imposible que haya
tracks from
chocado
start
porque
to
va
finish.
de frente.
It couldn't have hit the vase
Va
at
en el
this
riel nada
distance.
más, no se desvía.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Me gusta que Navia es bien expresiva. ¿Eh? El jarrón roto ya, que tenía agua dentro. Navia es bien expresiva. Por alguna razón aquí el juego se bajan los FPS, no lo sé, me da la impresión. ¿Por qué nadie interroga a Paimon de por qué se empezó a pudrir la cara después del accidente? Y eso, ya está. Acá hay una ropa. Acá hay un vestido tirado en el piso.
These are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
O sea, la secuestran
Clothes
y
are
encima
here.
le quitaron la ropa.
She's
Fantástico.
nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh,
A menos que haya habido un paso previo.
confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective
Los
anymore.
lentes. Ropa de la desaparecida. Aquí abajo no sé por qué todo el juego se siente más pesado por alguna razón. O es que hay muchas cosas. No lo sé. Bueno, vía. Una gran precisión para esto. Las vías son perfectas para que el carro siga una ruta fija. Acá hay más cosas, ok. A ver. Baúles. Vestuario, herramientas y vestuario. Ok. ¿Hay algo más? Sí, acá hay dos cosas más. Este es el carro. La herramienta clave con reservado, incluso si no lo uso para... Ya. Y acá hay una especie de túnel. Una ventilación. Sospechoso que se haya metido en la ventilación, ¿eh? Un poquito sospechoso que se haya metido en la ventilación.
Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Sospechosos.
Alone, perhaps.
Sus.
But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Las sales solo puede traer de los baúles mágicos. Ya por lo que se está en la
You're
línea.
right.
Ok.
Let Paimon write that down.
Conducto de ventilación. Porque esa referencia a Mongas me encanta, ¿no? Ya hay que regresar ahora.
Just about done investigating down here.
Yes.
Acá se bajan un poco los FPS, aquí debajo, no sé por qué. Ya me di cuenta ya. Aquí, solamente ahí debajo.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malouse returns.
Ok, a ver.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
Mademoiselle.
What did the guards say? Did the
Oh,
criminal
mademoiselle.
escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that
Me gusta esa
are very
referencia.
low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
Claro, algo así.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death. No wonder Furina was so confident in her accusation.
Claro, o sea, es
All the current evidence
es
points toward Lyney
es
and
muy mala
Lynette.
suerte que han tenido Lyney y Lynette.
In other words, the
Lyney
charges are very
y
likely to be
Lynette,
upheld
mucha
unless we make some
mala suerte han tenido.
considerable progress.
Todo es una coincidencia tremenda.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's
Claro,
right.
así es como funciona.
This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will and is a judge in its own right.
This
O sea,
also
es una
precludes
inteligencia
any kind
artificial,
of
algo así, es lo que estoy
favoritism on the
entendiendo.
part of the Chief Justice.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Ok.
So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shot.
In
O sea, le dejan
practice, there is
todo,
very little
todo
difference.
a una
Both
inteligencia
have
artificial.
always come to
Fantástico,
the
me
same
encanta eso.
judgment. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before.
Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related.
Vamos a tener que dormir en el teatro, fantástico.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Este men está listo para escapar, dice.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards.
¿Verdad? ¿Qué vamos a comer mientras estamos
Sort
aquí?
out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts too.
Pero ya no podemos ni salir del teatro. Ya.
Properly think through our findings and over some tea.
Ya, ojalá el teatro tenga cafetería, no me voy a morir de hambre ahí.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding, just kidding. Paima will still do her best, even if there
Pero
are
yo
no
sí quiero torta.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone,
No,
please
no,
come
o sea,
with
es un
me.
teatro gigante, tiene que tener una cafetería, no creo que... ¿Por qué estamos hablando de comida? Ya me está dando hambre.
Wait,
Oh.
you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
Ay, qué pendejo.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
En pocas palabras, la engríen a esta
You
buena.
two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
Estos dos son sus sims de esta buena.
Three are quite the interesting group.
A ver. Crujientes y deliciosos macarrons. Ulala. Uy, ay, ay.
That it smelled good while it was still in the oven.
Esos macarrones son gigantes.
Paimon can't stop drooling.
Se parecen las hamburguesas del crustáceo cascarudo en ese capítulo que sacan hamburguesas de colores. Las color burgers.
But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Ya sabemos quiénes son los dos sims más grandes de Navia.
Dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
Sí, eso es cierto. Y además la diabetes.
You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Gracias.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as
Creo
I
que debía haber marcado la segunda respuesta, porque igual me...
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Lyney and Lynette were not alone within it. Some magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Pero bueno, un asesino así serial normalmente no tiene motivos, ¿eh? Además de la Lynette, la chica desaparecida y la víctima.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes,
Navia tremenda, salta tumbas.
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too
Cierto.
easy to identify if she was still wearing the
Como
same
que su
clothes.
voz no encaja con su aspecto, ¿no?
Thinks that makes sense.
Tiene una voz muy joven para su aspecto. Aunque bueno, hay chicas que tienen la voz aguda, ¿no? Pero como que para el personaje no encaja un poco, pero bueno, ya sé.
But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off.
Claro.
Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet.
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
A la miércoles.
5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3.
¿Qué?
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good...
Se comió 2. 2 de más.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Yo sé que comer es tu pasión.
Even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
Cuidado con lo que pides, Paimon.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal.
¿No te parece eso sospechoso?
Set up the stove again, if you would.
Van a preparar en serio.
What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
Ok.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Tremendo Sims.
This really is your hobby, huh?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area.
A ver, el azúcar nos puede ayudar a estimular el cerebro de todas maneras, eso es
We've
cierto.
still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right. Thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go.
Ok.
I'll be back if I find anything new.
La posibilidad de una tercera persona. Ni Cabo ni Halsey tenían motivos para cometer el crimen. Tras hablar con él surge la remota posibilidad de que hiciera una tercera persona. Claro, no, eso es lo que yo pienso. O sea, alguien hizo algo ahí debajo. Como que se me bajan los FPS. No sé. Estoy sintiendo eso. Ok, esperar al día siguiente. Sí, el teatro está bien cargado, me da la impresión. Bueno. Bueno, voy preparando mi cuello para la guillotina porque sé que voy a fracasar aquí. A ver. Ah, y de la nada se arregló. Parece que de noche la iluminación, creo que es la nueva función que tiene de la iluminación global, puede que sea algo pesada en lugares cerrados como este. De noche. Yo tengo el doble de memoria de video que el juego pide. Tengo alguna idea, pero...
Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lyney and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Furina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia.
Well, best of luck to you.
Ay, mano. Tengo miedo de lo que va a pasar ahora.
Finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. Ey, ok, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué ocurrió? Ok, se caía un ratito el stream. A ver, quiero ver si el audio. Ey, ok, ¿qué pasó? Ya está, ya estoy en vivo otra vez. What the fuck? ¿Por qué tengo dos de estos? Ok, ya, ahora sí. ¿Sabías que si escondes en un arma una bolsa de chocolates puedes sin Estados Unidos?
That was to be expected, of course.
Ok, se me cayó el stream por unos
Never
segundos.
produce proof of their innocence.
Ah, el contador se reinició ahora.
But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Lyney explain the trick?
A ver.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
A ver, Lyney describe muy concisamente cómo hizo su número de magia.
Thank you, Mr. Lyney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Se me cayó el stream por unos segundos. ¿Qué mano? ¿Qué pasó?
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Furina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
No soportó el estilo de
Of
otro.
course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lyney is clearly lying.
¿Por
There is
qué?
no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear
Esto se
while
está
you were
convirtiendo en Ace
inside
Attorney.
your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation
La
for
música,
the
¿no?
finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
¿Cómo que Lyney no lo sabe?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
Ah, el golpe que se
I
escuchó,
was
¿no?
right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Ay, chuta.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have
No.
armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
Ay, no.
No wonder they did something like this.
La casa que le pertenece
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui.
a Arlequino,
Now it all makes sense.
de los Fatui.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Ay, chuta.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
Rayos.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look
Ay,
flabbergasted?
Dios. Esta woman.
Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Lyney, why didn't you tell us this
Saúl, ¿cuánto
before?
cobrabas por asesoría jurídica?
Order! Order! Mr. Lyney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Furina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
Tiene esquizofrenia. No hay duda de sus engañosas habilidades de mago, y viendo cómo ha ocultado su identidad, todo lo demás podría haber sido premeditado. Si tanto Noville como unos miembros de la Casa de la Hoguera están en Fontaine, podrían estar tramando algo. Y ha sido víctima de esos complots anteriormente, y ahora... Claro, o sea, los Fatuis no son tan de confiar, por eso es el problema aquí. Todo apunta a que ellos hicieron todo, o sea... No me mires así.
Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
No, mijo. Ya fue ya. Ah, su madre.
I knew it.
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Con la venia, señora, ya me gustaría decir algo. Mi cliente me ocultó información clave.
In that case, what is your request?
Un receso, hay cosas que... A ver, yo soy el abogado en este momento, Saúl, necesito tu asesoría.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
A ver, Lyney, ¿por qué no me
Mr.
dijiste
Lenny's
nada?
defense, even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought.
Ah, diablos. Soy ingeniero, no abogado. ¿Cómo resuelvo esto?
My dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Cállate, cabello de medusa. Ah, su madre. A ver, dinos de verdad, la verdad de una vez, mano.
Well, this is
Van a ser 10 pesos, ok.
I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all
10
that up.
pesos.
I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing
Claro,
the
o
word
sea,
is
sino
enough to
que
make you upset.
los Fatuis nos han hecho la vida
Our
imposible hasta ahora.
organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
A ver, ¿cómo me aseguras que ya no me estás
you be the
mintiendo?
judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
Claro, o sea, es
You
lógico.
met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but
Ya, eso es lo que necesito saber realmente. ¿A dónde estabas cuando se intentó hacer el cambiazo?
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box.
Ya,
So,
pero...
after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room.
¿Cambia la luz de repente?
That voice seemed to
Ah, es que
recognize
ha amanecido
me and
ya
tried to
dentro del
speak to me.
juego.
I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back,
Creo, o
I
no
saw
sé.
the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But the countdown
Cambió la
was
hora
almost
dentro del juego.
finished,
Está
so there
pasando el
wasn't
tiempo.
time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
No me gusta esto de la iluminación global que han añadido.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Porque dentro del juego hay horario también. El día dura 24 minutos. O sea, el ciclo del día. Así como en los GTA que hay un ciclo de día y noche. Igual acá también. Y también afecta pues por dentro. Lo que pasa es que no, cuando estás dentro de un ambiente, dentro de un edificio, dentro de una casa, dentro de lo que sea, cambia de golpe. No es como cuando estás en el exterior. Que va cambiando, va cambiando, va cambiando. Aunque creo que no es problema. Porque, por ejemplo, cuando oscurece, uno prende las luces y las luces se prenden así, ¿no? Algo así similar, ¿no? Lo que significa que hemos estado todo el día dentro del juego, o sea, en horas del juego hemos estado todo el día ahí en el teatro. 2 días ya vamos ya en el teatro metidos ahí.
Well, traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Yo creo en la verdad, yo creo que ellos no han sido, pero ya, o sea, si no eres culpable ya te voy a ayudar, hermano, pero
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales
lo
are
que pasa es que estamos viendo en ellos a nuestro hermano también, pues que estaban buscando.
If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense. Huh?
Ya casi a ver, eso es lo que tengo que ver.
Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
El testimonio de Lyney, entrar ya. Sabemos que él entró pero escuchó una voz, algo que debió haber dicho desde un principio, que escuchó una voz. Él debió haber dicho eso desde un principio. Nunca debes ocultar cosas así. Ok. La música, qué tétrica. Termina el receso y se reanuda el tenso juicio.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Lyney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Furina as fact. Therefore, Lady Furina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Yeah.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Lyney's perspective.
Me pica la oreja, ¿quién estará hablando mal de mí? Encuentra las fallas en la lógica de otras personas basándote en la descripción de que dieron los hechos. Refuta los sucesos que no pueden ser ciertos con la ayuda de las pruebas y las pistas recopiladas en el expediente. El caso es que se sustituyen por otras deducciones distintas. Okay. Oh, Saúl, te vas. Ahora en 30 minutos. Oh. F. Necesitaba tu apoyo como abogado, mano. Usa tus refutaciones para convencer al público y con cierto apoyo, su apoyo. La emisora mostrará tus cambios en la claridad. Igual gracias por el apoyo, como siempre eres el fan destacado del canal. Saul Goodman, siempre estás en todos los streams.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Yeah.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Lyney red-handed. So Lyney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing
Su
him
argumento
into
es que ya Cowell descubrió a Lyney.
Afterward, Lyney passed the unconscious
Ya entendí su argumento del arconte.
through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
Ves que no tiene sentido, o sea,
And there you have it.
no podría ser un accidente porque Cowell, ¿por qué Cowell tendría que estar dentro de la caja?
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Furina's description of the event?
Key to refuting Lady Furina.
La viajera está hablando, al fin.
What Lyney experienced and what he saw.
Ya. A veces escribo mal conscientemente, pero a veces escribo tan rápido que me como letras en el teclado. Ya, Lyney entra en el túnel, encontrar contradicciones. Por ello, no fue testigo de lo que ocurrió. Ya. ¿Qué más pistas tenemos? Ya, primero esta.
Seems this won't produce.
Ah, no. A ver, reponer la línea que podría refutar en este momento es... Seguro que al verla, Lyney también quedó desconcertado. No. No. Esto es... Ya. Escucho una misteriosa voz presente en la... No. Soy un pésimo abogado. Nadie abandonó la escena de solo aquellos cuya identidad ya había sido verificada. ¿Me estás diciendo que esta es? Ay. Ok. Ya, no hay... ya, bueno, creo que eso quiere decir que no hay forma de contradecir este argumento de aquí. Ya, vamos con este otro argumento. La pelea entre Lyney y Halsey.
According to Lyney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Ya, contradecimos eso. Ya, Lyney secuestra a Halsey. Lyney dejó inconsciente a Halsey golpeándola con el jarrón y le quitó parte de la ropa para que no pudieran identificarse. ¿No está realmente Lyney en el túnel? No. Ya, claro, lo del golpe. Ya, Lyney deja inconsciente a Cowell. Las pruebas apuntan que cuando Lyney volvió el accidente ya había ocurrido. Y lo único que vio... Ya, no, seguro que al verla, Lyney también... No, es que no. Lyney deja inconsciente a Cowell. No, esto no. No, es esta de aquí. Ajá, claro.
Lyney did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Soy un pésimo abogado, hermano.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something
Que nadie me contrate.
When the
Porque si no,
started, Lyney
se van presos.
go into the tunnel.
De alguna manera conseguiría que alguien se vaya más años preso.
Immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Ahí está. Se inclinó la balanza, ¿eh? Se equilibró. Esto podría ser un minijuego.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that!
Ah, puedo ver acá todos los datos. Falta uno, mira.
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Claro, o sea, no... Además hay fallos, claro, hay muchos fallos.
My reasoning?
Alguien, claro. Tranquilo, no es fácil aprender. Deberías empezar primero pasando billetes bajo la mesa. Buen consejo, Saúl. Buen consejo.
Oh, they have a point.
Claro, ¿cuál sería el punto que él matara así?
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine.
Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Ajá,
Of course
la cortada.
I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? You're saying that he wasn't?
Exacto. Tu alegato se ha convertido en mi arma. Acá está.
That's right! Lyney wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lyney had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played.
GG, well played.
You'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lyney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
El asesino es... ¿Por qué me ponen al viajero, mano? Mi canon es la viajera. Hacer algunos de los engranajes para... Escoge la respuesta, rellena todos los engranajes para comprobar... Escoge algo distinto. Completar la deducción cadena una vez que haya respondido ya. Ya, a ver. Informe de la guardia. Descantaron a como sospechosos. Los únicos que podrían haber manipulado son los demás miembros del grupo. Lyney explicó cómo hizo el número de magia. Envió a través de un túnel el baúl de doble fondo. Mientras tanto, en el escenario, Lynette se cambió de ropa para cumplir con su papel de ayudante. Por sus motivos que aún se desconocen, la ropa de Halsey y la chica desaparecida estaba tirada en el túnel. ¿Qué es esto?
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
¿Podría ser la misma Halsey?
His name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. Could there have been a third?
No es.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Ah. Cowell tuvo que ver entonces.
That can't be right. The killer was, in fact, Cowell!
Oh, is that so? How interesting!
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
A ver, ¿cómo se podría saber que Lyney no interfirió en el crimen?
Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
¿Ya? ¿Cómo se podría saber que hubo una pelea en el
The
túnel?
deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to...
No.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there
No.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Ah, ¿qué tengo hasta ahorita?
Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment.
Oh, sí. ¿Qué tal, Svent Combatir? Bienvenido al stream. Estamos resolviendo este caso. Estamos en el juicio. Estoy de abogado ahorita. Pasé de ser ingeniero a ser abogado. Además, no vamos a ver que se había encontrado con Lyney. A ver, vamos a poner esto aquí. No. Ah, chu.
No one entered or left the opera house through its
Tiene que ser... Ay, está. Ya.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Y la última pieza de
It would
todo.
have been tough for both people to fit in.
Ay, chuta. Mira la pregunta de arriba. ¿Cómo se podría saber que Lyney no interfirió en el crimen?
Lyney was not in the
Porque
tunnel.
Lyney no estaba en el túnel. No, deducción incorrecta la concha de la lora. Ya, pero la parte de Lyney está bien. ¿Cómo se podría demostrar que hubo una pelea en el túnel?
The
Esto.
sound we heard may have come from a
Claro. ¿Quién es el principal sospechoso en este
The
momento?
deceased's name is
Cowell.
Cowell.
¿Dónde está Halsey, la desaparecida?
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Tenía que llamar la atención, pero ¿esto
No
qué dice?
one entered or left the opera house through its entrances.
No, tampoco. Ya, esa es lo único que está fallando.
Halsey's
Bueno.
clothing
Ya,
was in the
el juego me
tunnel.
lo puso en modo fácil. Ya, ¿qué puedo hacer? Soy un pésimo abogado. ¿Otra vez incorrecta? El criminal conocía los secretos tras el número de Lyney y debería poder manipular fácilmente los objetos del escenario. Además, independientemente de que Cowell haya muerto, tenía a su disposición todos los medios para cometer el crimen. Claro. Lyney no estuvo en el túnel. Esa mirada es media sospechosa. Sí, era el estilo, tenías razón. Muchas gracias, de todas maneras. Soy un pésimo abogado, no confíen en mí. Por no hablar de que de haberlo hecho es imposible que el público lo viera.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it's...
Look, Since we're at a dead end, why not consider
Es
a
ingeniero de
different
sistemas
track?
cognitivamente de maquinaria sociales, ingeniero social de construcción civil y furro. Que no soy
Just
furro.
like the trick as it transpired,
La gente
the
piensa que
end
soy furro,
result
no soy
must have
furro.
been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3
Soy ingeniero industrial, de hecho.
None of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Pero no soy abogado,
You know,
exacto.
like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Magia. Así que tampoco puso un truco de magia con hacer desaparecer una persona viva. Igual como pasó con el tanque de agua del escenario. Escaparse del tanque de agua, ¿acaso fue el agua?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the
Ay, chuta. También me parece injusto esa máquina. Me parece muy injusta esa
We
máquina.
will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Un momento.
Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Tener avatar de furro de forma irónica no evita que seas furro, carajo.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing... The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant.
Prefiero usar eso, usar a mí.
He would have been able
Focalors
to
están
tamper with the
fishy, sí.
equipment.
Sí, se llevarían muy bien, estoy seguro que sí. ¿Dónde está Halsey, la desaparecida? Acá tenemos el jarrón.
Broken by chance.
Eso. Básicamente es para evitar que me doxeen, pero igual hay videos donde muestran mi cara. Ahí tendrían que buscarlos.
Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Ay.
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here.
Espera, ya estoy empezando a sospechar de cierta persona ahorita.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Lyney already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But
No, yo tampoco la puedo tomar en serio con esos lentes, de verdad. Lo más gracioso es que cuando abres el menú de pausa, o sea, el escape o el start, también ahí tiene los lentes.
The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney.
Me niego a pensar eso, Sven. No creo que sea tan obvio. Yo tengo mi culpable ahorita en mente. Yo tengo mi sospechoso ahorita ya. Espero equivocarme.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's back. The notebook in his backpack
Ay, pensé que le podía dar clic. Omití un diálogo. Rayos.
The primordial sea. The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date.
Saúl, no es momento para hacer ese tipo de chistes.
The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject.
Okay.
As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be
Smooth
kidding.
pasados al vuelto de
Dissolving... Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowl was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Ay.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic.
¿No les parece que hay muy pocos asientos para hacer un teatro tan grande?
Has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Lyney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sí, Navia se dio cuenta.
Hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the
Es teatro de
primordial
ricos. Agua del mar primigenio. Un líquido de la guardia encontrado entre las pertenencias de Cowell. Ok. Puede convertir en agua las cosas. Ok. Ya, tenemos el gancho.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another.
Ya vamos a usarlo.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box.
Ah, no, me estoy
The water
equivocando.
from the primordial sea
¿No puedo
should
regresar?
already- The water from the primordial sea should already.
Ah, ya. Tengo que leer la pregunta, ¿verdad? Cierto. A ver, ¿qué objeto utilizó el asesino para controlar el momento en el que se disolviera la
The
joven?
water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. The deceased's name is Cowell.
Ya. ¿Qué objeto utilizó el asesino para controlar el momento en el que disolviera a la joven? ¿Qué acá? ¿Qué es
Lynette
esto?
was in the magic box on stage the entire time.
No, ¿qué objeto? Yo
Now
pienso que
it
es el
seems
gancho.
like the hook rope.
Ya. ¿Qué objeto utilizó el
The water
líquido?
from the primordial sea.
Ya. ¿Y qué objeto utilizó para esconder el mecanismo con el que se...
The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut.
No, rayos. Ya, la última parte es la que cambia.
Lynette was in the magic box on stage. I remember there was something.
Ahí está. No, ya sabía que el gancho era, pero el gancho no es lo último. O sea,
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
claro. Sí, la caja tiene dos compartimientos, eso sí sabía. O sea, bueno, que era como una caja dentro de otra caja, algo así.
With the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit
Sí, yo
by
tampoco puedo con Paimon, no puedo tomarla en serio, sí.
meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more
Ahora, ¿por qué
confusing
estamos
pieces of
viendo?
evidence.
Bueno, no es que los juicios hay sí, pero ¿por qué en un teatro?
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems
Ahora
like the
ya, bueno,
only
ya
point
pasaron
of
30
contention
minutos.
remaining
Me voy
is the exact
ahora.
circumstances that led to Cal's death.
Ok, Saúl, ha sido un gusto.
His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who
Siempre
could be
estás en los
related to the
streams, así que
situation.
eres el fan destacado. Tienes tu insignia de fan destacado. Gracias por los consejos para ser abogado.
On
Me
that
sirvieron
note,
bastante.
the guards have just contacted me indicating
Como
that they
podrás ver,
uncovered
estamos
new
cerca
evidence.
de ganar el caso.
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
¿Por qué detuvieron a todos por la muerte? Es que todos son sospechosos, pues, pero más sospechosos son los gemelos, ¿no?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Banjo.
We were just
Banjo.
inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Lyney's personal effects.
Tras cuernos palos.
What? That can't be.
I see.
Qué cargosa es esta malcriada.
Counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me
Todo se resuelve solo sobornando. Ahora, el problema es que esta arconte tiene dinero. ¿Cómo la puedo sobornar? ¿Cómo sobornas a alguien que ya tiene dinero? Ok.
Lyney did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Lyney desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime.
Rayos.
Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the
Alicia, los
cold-blooded and
Fatuis
ruthless
malogran todo donde van, ¿no?
organization.
Ya es hora de contradecir todo esto.
Mr. Lyney.
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
No.
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either.
Paimon, quítate esos lentes de una vez.
Seems using the water as new
Va a decir con la libertad de su mascota. Ace Attorney, sí, es lo que yo decía. Esto es Ace Attorney.
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should
Objection.
we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes.
¿Qué? A ver.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again?
A ver, claro. De repente repitiendo todo el acto.
Marvelous finale to today's performance. Come on, Lyney and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final
La
performance to
desaparecida
you.
es la culpable.
I understand.
Creo que sí. Ahora empieza a tener el sentido.
And voila.
Gracias por spoilearme. Bueno, estamos resolviendo este caso juntos aquí con todos, así que... ¡Ay!
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell.
What?
Firstly, My name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
De
I heard
Mondstadt.
that Lyney's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there.
Ah,
And
ya.
I'd
Esta
never
es la
been caught
ladrona del
before.
comienzo.
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lyney was the one who caught me in the act.
Ya me di cuenta.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
Se cambió de ropa nada más.
Mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for
Además,
sure.
migrante ilegal.
So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then
Robo
someone
y
jumped
tráfico
into the
encima porque
tunnel
está
to
llevando
nab me.
sustancias peligrosas, exacto.
I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
No, pero ella dice, ya, yo maté a Cowell, pero...
Can a person even hide in there?
Pero la cuerda había sido quemada.
But
Todo
I
eso
swear,
lo
I
hizo
didn't
ella
know that
para
the water
matar a...
tank would fall down.
O sea,
Really,
esto ha sido un
I swear
fatality
it.
entonces, porque está muy bien elaborada esa muerte.
Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now,
Podemos refutar el argumento
This
que
time,
ella misma ya lo
tell
escuchó
the
ya.
entire story from Lillian's perspective.
My turn. Ok. Ya, la prueba. Lyney entra en el túnel que podría refutar este argumento. Pues... No es posible que no. No, esto no. Es el vestido. No. Lyney entra en el túnel. No. No me digas que es el gancho. No. Ninguna de estas... Ah, es que acá no hay. Acá. A ver, la prueba de Halsey se disuelve. No. No. ¿Qué? ¿En serio? Con Halsey se disuelve. Ahí está.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt.
Claro. Y ahora sí. Lyney y Cowell se pelean. Ya. No. En relación con ese pelean podría refutar. Ya. En que aquí hay un jarrón roto. Exacto, ya sabía.
The vase was not broken to cover anything up, but
Ya. Lyney deja inconsciente a Cowell. No. Esto es por lo del vestido. Exacto.
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left. So she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
Ya está. Ahora sí. El primero con el primero sube.
Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian
Deben darle un buen aumento a la actriz de voz de Paimon, de verdad.
panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The
Yeah.
two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box.
Exacto.
With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Listo. Caso refutado. Esa balanza para mí no es confiable, de verdad, esa balanza automática.
She knew that bodyguard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had
A la
already become
miércoles.
desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right
Oh,
under our
no
noses.
puede ser. Todo eso lo hizo ella,
Sneaky
entonces.
thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Eso.
Now then, Lady Furina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Furina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that. She's like a deflated
Le dimos justo en el ego. Le dimos
If there
justo
are
en el
no
ego.
objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications
Pero de
to
todas
the
maneras,
selector,
el que
he could
secuestraba a la
ensure
chica
that the
sigue siendo Cowell,
pre-selected young
entonces.
woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed,
Solo que
Cowell
con,
thought of allowing the water tank to fall,
Lilian
which would
no pudo
conceal the
hacerlo
water
y le
left
salió el
behind
tiro por la
after
culata.
the young. He also tampered with the rope suspending the
Bueno, eso
water
es lo que
tank,
entiendo,
using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop. And he poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and
Claro.
thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Lyney, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Lyney, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Eso.
While there is much in Lyney and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Ahora que se diga que la máquina diga que es culpable. Ahora la inteligencia artificial dice, no, culpable. Qué sofisticado, ¿eh?
As such, Lyney and Lynette
Ugh,
are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Aún no canta en victoria,
Next,
exacto.
I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the
Ay,
primordial
ay,
sea
ay.
in Lyney's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Lyney, but you, yes?
El guardia fue.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place
Ala.
blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyney, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the
Ahí
best
está,
opportunity to
cayó
do
por su
so.
propia.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes?
Sí, estás muerto, amigo.
Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know and seek the protection of
Sí,
the
van a querer
gods.
deshacerse de ese cabo suelto, definitivamente.
I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Oh, ya sabía ya. Sí, cabos sueltos.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Ay. ¿Y esas máquinas? No queda nada en la escena salvo el agua de la disolución.
So, we're just going back now?
El problema está solucionado de momento.
That's true.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
¿Qué pasa?
Lyney.
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess.
Claro, o sea, de todas maneras,
But
por más que seas un fatui, simplemente
I'd like
queremos
the opportunity to
justicia
set
nada
things
más.
straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Lyney this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as
Audits,
the
la
Knave,
madre.
approached recruiting us back
Arlequino, ya estaba predicho todo, que Arlequino tendría que ver.
The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while
Hijo,
we
tío, era
were
una
called
falacia,
foster
claro.
children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would
Claro, lo
constantly
usó
take me
para
to
con
all
todas sus
sorts of
habilidades que tenía
banquets to
para hacer
garner
cosas
attention,
malas, pues, ¿no?
which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
Claro.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular
¿Cómo será cuando
performance
lleguemos
at a
a
banquet,
Snesnaya o
I
la
discovered
Tsaritsa?
that
Va
Lynette, I waited a long time after
a ser
we
una
returned
misión pero
home,
interesante.
but she did not come back. The answer he gave me was,
Una persona de mucha
she
influencia se
caught the
fijó en
eye
ella
of the
durante el
most
banquete.
eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift.
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are
Claro.
concerned,
Simplemente
this is a
adoptó y dio en
relationship
adopción,
akin to
claro.
adoption or foster care.
Una forma de saltarse
They
una
have their ways of escaping the
laguna legal.
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood. And the knave
Ah,
was
la
standing
miércoles.
there in the darkness.
So...
La sota le
she
llaman.
already
Es
taken
el
care
Nave,
of that
la sota.
guy.
That's right. She had rescued my
Todos los
sister
fatuis
before she
tienen un
could come to
apodo.
any harm,
Arlequino es la
and
sota.
had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and the House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. I was hesitant to trust her, I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
¿Y ahora cuál es su objetivo? Definitivamente va a ir por la Gnosis, seguro. Todos los Fatuis hasta ahora siempre van por las Gnosis de los Argontes.
She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing
Claro,
with
o sea, hay algo detrás, o sea, no tiene sentido.
The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Lyney.
Ok. Gracias, mano.
Bye, Lyney.
Magia a la inversa. Salimos de la ópera.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well,
Claro, sí.
This whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
¿Qué pasa? Mi trabajo solo era defender a lyney.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades?
Cierto, o sea...
And given that there's new evidence from the
Y ya, pero lo que sí se sabe es que ya no es una sola persona, eran muchos. Es toda una organización que es eso. Experimentan con personas para ese líquido que disuelve a las personas.
I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the...
Se emociona la navia.
I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
A ver, vamos. ¿Comida francesa o comer caracoles?
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
A ver, vamos. ¡Eh! Terminó. Ofrendas a la Fontana Lucine. Ah, ya, eso ya lo sé. Bueno, si no me equivoco, claro, acto 2 ya. Hemos completado el acto 1. Bien. Ha estado bastante interesante. Me ha gustado toda esa mecánica del juicio que haces contra argumentos. Me ha encantado. Quiero regresar al teatro un ratito. Porque me ha gustado cómo se ve desde acá. Pero sí, ha estado muy buena este primer acto, me ha gustado bastante. Buena introducción a Fontaine, me parece excelente cómo han desarrollado los personajes. O sea, perfecto, ya hemos conocido al Arconte de frente. Normalmente no la conocemos hasta después. En algunos casos, ¿no? Por ejemplo, a veces la conocemos casi al final, ¿no? Como en Inazuma. Y en Sumero casi ni la vemos. La vemos recién después en la segunda parte. Pero sí, me ha gustado bastante. Muchas gracias a todas las personas que estuvieron acá durante el stream. Un saludo para Sans el Humano, Paco Pérez, Saúl Goodman, el fan destacado, está en todos los streams, Saúl Goodman, Diego Alonso Melchor, un saludo para Svent Combatir, todas las personas que se han unido, gracias a todos por haber pasado por el stream. Queda el bot, o sea el VOD, el video on demand, el video que ya queda grabado. Así que nada, espero que el stream o videos, si ya lo estás viendo después, les haya gustado. No olviden dejar su like y suscribirse si es que quieren ver más videos así o streams así. Y ya nos estamos viendo, si no puedo el sábado, lo haré el domingo, el segundo acto. Y también será casi a la misma hora, así que nada, espero que les haya gustado como ya dije. No olviden dejar su like, suscríbanse, activen la campanita, todo, comenten, o sea, hagan de todo, interactúen con mis videos. Y nos estamos viendo ya en una próxima oportunidad. ¡Chau!